anything dead, and we'll see if it is indeed an incomplete pass. Right now, it's ruled a fumble.
The ruling on the field, the quarterback's hand was coming forward. It's an incomplete pass. Third down.
We were at a game in L.A. earlier in the year where...
So you heard this. We'll see. Yep, that looks like the hand was coming forward with the football there. Meanwhile, San Francisco and Atlanta have gone to the end of the first quarter. It'll be 3rd and 1 from the Atlanta 16 when the Niners run their next play. That game is scoreless in Santa Clara.
15-play this drive. Prescott fires, passes, caught. What a catch for the touchdown. Jason Witten. Touchdown number 72. This call is 79 combination on the outside. Go route on the outside receiver, and then you've got Jason Witten on the corner route, and what a heck of a catch by him. A ball that gets away from Prescott behind him. And he's able just, with great technology on these bugs these days, just hold it up and right in. That ball just stuck in his right hand. It did not budge. In Cowboy history, it's fullback knocks it through. Des Bryant, number 1 all time.
In the Browns-Cardinals game, the leading rusher in the NFL, Nick Chubb, takes it off the left side, and...
What's up, great one, kid? I saw you in the chat. I'm trying to get back to life. Got to turn down the volume before I get banned for streaming Redzone. What's up, bud? I am sorry. The phone cut out, and I was in such a rant I didn't even realize. Waller on the Raiders is killing me right now. Well, not killing me, but Waller has already got his projected points, and it's not even the end of the second quarter. So Waller on the Raiders is doing some damage on me, and I don't like it. I'm still winning my fantasy game by 30 points. I didn't realize this, but the guy I'm playing against has Eckler and Gordon on the Chargers. He has both running backs who are splitting, and they have basically 20 yards total rushing in the whole game. So if the Chargers get shut down on the run, I basically won my fantasy season. He's basically risking his entire season on the Chargers rushing team. The Chargers are they don't even have a chance at the playoffs. Why would you put all your faith? I mean, I'm happy he did. Maybe it'll work out for him. But right now, it has not. They're almost into the half, and I think they have 20 yards combined with no TDs or anything. So right now, I could win the whole fantasy season because someone relied everything on the Chargers. What's up, Void? I just got the chat up. What's up, Void? How's it going, bud? Yeah, so basically, it comes down to this. I have Keenan Allen on the Chargers. The guy I'm playing against has Eichler and Melvin Gordon, both running backs on the Chargers who are splitting. No running game at all. So all I need is for Keenan Allen to outscore them, and I basically won my fantasy season. Big money league. Now, here's the thing. On Monday night, he has Drew Brees, and I have Michael Thomas. That's all we have left. He has Drew Brees, I have Michael Thomas. But everything that put it this way. If Drew Brees scores high, Michael Thomas will score high. I already have a 30-point lead on him in the game. So it's almost impossible for Brees to score that many points without using Michael Thomas. The most points he scored all season was like 50 or 60 points, and that was with Michael Thomas scoring 30 or 40 of those. So unless he somehow scores 5 touchdowns without using Michael Thomas, as long as I am leading this game, I should win my fantasy football season. Could come close, could come down to the wire. Right now, the only guy doing damage is he has Waller on the Raiders, who already has 15 points in the first half. Waller could be the upset. If Waller scores a touchdown or two and keeps doing what he's doing, I could lose because of Waller. And then if Eichler or Gordon score a touchdown or shake it up a little, even if they don't do stellar, it could come down to a couple points. The speculated projected score of our game was 143 to 142. Literally, that's how close we've been evenly matched all year. that he might win by 1 point, according to projections. So it is looking to come down to the wire like they thought. I'll know much better after the Chargers game. After the Chargers game, if Gordon and Eichler didn't do much and Waller kind of kept where he is now, I pretty much won the game. Mostert just got the 49er touchdown. I'm flipping between the red zone so I can see Falcons, Niners, and the Rams and the Cowboys. Right now, Cowboys are beating the Rams. Rams and the Cowboys have to be the most disappointing teams of the year. And they're both playing each other right now. I would definitely say Rams, Dallas, most disappointing teams of the year. My God. I thought they intercepted. It is going to be 4th and 7. Chargers are winning by 1 point against the Vikings. Oh, I didn't realize I was not doing the chat. The new show X on the Beach and All... What? Do IU like the new show X on the Beach and All Rise? I've never heard of either of those shows. I'm losing right now by 7 points, but he has no players, and I still have 3 players left. Void, you are looking very good. As you already heard my dilemma. I had 3 fantasy leagues. One was free, one was like $25, and one was big money. I'm already out of the other 2. I made it to the playoffs. I missed one completely. The $25 league missed completely. I didn't even make the playoffs. Missed by like a tiebreaker. The free league that I do with my friends, I made the playoffs, lost last week. This league, I was number 1 all year. I literally led the league the entire year. The guy who I'm playing this week was in my division, and I only beat by 1 game. And he probably had the highest point differential of anybody, and probably should have had a better record. I just had better matchups. I'll be man enough to admit that. I just had better matchups. But whenever me and him play, we're like neck and neck. So I got the bye week last week. We are evenly matched, literally 1 point differential on the predictions. So who knows what'll happen? I keep double checking the scores, and basically it comes down to the Chargers game. I have Keenan Allen, he has Eichler and Melvin Gordon, and I have a 30-point lead right now. But he also has Waller in the Raiders game, who I thought would be a non-factor and has already scored 15 points in the half. So if the Raiders shoot another long touchdown to him, it could literally come down to a couple points. So looking not so good. He had McCaffrey in the day games. McCaffrey had almost 40 points, and he right now has 80. So McCaffrey literally scored half the points. Everyone else on his team was underperforming, and then he had McCaffrey. That's I hate when one player makes that much of a difference. Basically, the Panthers just fed McCaffrey all game. I had DJ Moore. The funny thing is DJ Moore on the Panthers had 22 points. So basically DJ Moore and McCaffrey did everything. But I think even Samuel got a touchdown or 2 with some significant yardage. Basically, the Panthers put up insane numbers and still somehow lost the game. So tell me how that happens. I don't know. 6 to Cowboys, 0 to Rams. Mark Ingram had that's what I had. Void. That's why I'm wearing Mark Ingram. I figured, what better time to wear an Ingram jersey when the Saints aren't playing than I have Mark Ingram as my starting running back. So yeah, he scored me 23 points. Was only projected to get 16. He overperformed. I also had as my tight end Mark Andrews, who overperformed by 5 or 6 points. So they gave me a nice little head start. Welcome back, Rye. Thank you, brother. Yeah, the battery died. I didn't realize it because I was running around like a nut. I figured I would take that opportunity to charge my phone. I now have it plugged into a power bank. And now I could I ate and everything, so now I could focus on the second halves. Rams, Cowboys. I have Zerline as my kicker. So I forgot that. I have Keenan Allen and Zerline as my kicker. The Rams have done nothing yet. So Zerline has scored me nothing. If Zerline gets me 2 or 3 field goals or some extra points, that would be a nice little addition as well. Right now, the Rams just either did a catch and run or a running play, and they're past midfield. maybe I'll get a field goal out of Zerline. But I am most afraid right now of Waller on the Raiders. Waller on the Raiders is getting almost every other target from David Carr. And they have the ball. Raiders have the ball. I don't know who that is, but they got stopped. It was either an incomplete pass or a huge loss on the Raiders. Now it's incomplete. 3rd and 7. Any Super Bowl that Patriots lost. Wait, what is the worst Super Bowl ever? Any Super Bowl that Patriots lost. 0 to Rams, 7 to Cowboys. Yeah, that's what the score is right now. Rams are losing by 7. They do have the ball though, and they passed midfield, but now they are not showing me. I'm going to go back to live TV. I'm watching Redzone because I'm curious to see what the Steelers do. But here we go. 3rd and 7. Carr out of bounds. All right. Oh, and there's a flag on the play. Most likely it was pass interference. I'm not even going to wait. I'm going to go back to the live. Oh, never mind. They're not on a commercial break. I have Dallas Rams live. So that'll be up to date. Red Zone I got to keep going to see the Raiders. I have never been to a pass interference, automatic first down. So Raiders keep the ball, and now I got to fear Waller some more. Waller will now hurt me, and I've never been to a Super Bowl, great one, kid. I've been to many football games. I don't think I've even been to a playoff game. Yeah, I'm pretty sure, unless that was, I don't think I've ever, I might have been to a Jets playoff game, because my father's friend had season tickets for years. I might have been to a Jets playoff game way back in the 90s. Because they obviously have not made the playoffs anytime recently. You think Matt Ryan will do better than Brady? Probably. At this point, Ryan, the way the Patriots game started, Brady started off with 8 points in the first 5 minutes, ended, I just looked, with 13.5. So I got 8 points in the first 5 minutes, and then like 6 points the next 45 plus minutes. Like, oh my God. I thought I made the right choice. Eli Manning was not a good choice either. I think maybe he did. Maybe he threw a lot of interceptions, but maybe all the TDs made up for it. All I know is right now, Matt Ryan might have been a better option. At least Brady didn't get me negative points. And he was only speculated to get about 18 to 20, so he got like almost 14. Could have been much worse. I'm not hating on it. The Rams are now in 1st and goal. Rams are 1st and goal. I just want Zerline to kick some points. I almost hope they don't get the touchdown, so I get an easy field goal. That's an easy 3 points. I'll take some easy 3. If not, it's an extra point. It's still something. There's 1st and 7 goal. Handoff. Rushing play. 2 yards. It'll be 2nd and 5. Football is the risky sport ever I known. You get a lot of money. But is it really worth being paralyzed or bad back or having a concussion? I know a lot of money, but is it worth it? Yeah, some players see it as making money for their families, so they were willing to risk that. The way I look at it is, I'm not saying what I do is comparable to getting slammed by defensive linemen every day. But I do construction and physical labor all the time. I am constantly injured on the job, whether it's like accidents or just like pulling muscles and stuff like that. You know the risk going into it, and I get hurt all the time, but I love what I do, and it's worth the risk because I make really good money. I wouldn't do it if I didn't make good money, but I also love what I do, and they love what they do, and it's worth the risk. Like Ryan just said, it's more about taking care of my family. Like, I basically take care of my parents and stuff like that, so it's basically about supporting your family and doing what you got to do to survive. And some of these people come from very poverty-stricken areas. Gurley just got a touchdown on the Rams. I will get probably an extra point for Zerline. And the Raiders are going for a field goal so they did not convert. And it's good by the Raiders. And here goes the extra point by the Rams. So Waller got nothing on that drive. Unless I missed it, Waller on the Raiders got nothing. They haven't shown the Chargers. They haven't shown the Chargers game for a while. I'm willing to bet nothing happened. I just want to see if Zerline makes the extra point. That'll give me a point. It's not a whole lot, but it's something. Boop, got a point. All right, Zerline got the extra point. I'm going to now go back. Oh, I was actually on. I forgot I was on Red Zone. There we go. Go back to Red Zone. They were showing something with the Chargers. Phillip Rivers pass intercepted. Anything that puts the ball in the Vikings' hands. I have Keenan Allen, and I'm happy benching him because I'd rather the Chargers off the field. I have a 30-plus point lead. I don't want the Chargers on the field. I'll sacrifice Keenan Allen getting no points to have Eichler and Melvin Gordon get no points. I'd rather sacrifice one for two because they're both, one's is flex and one's is starting running back. I would rather sacrifice my flex to have his two guys benched. So right now doing good. Someone in my league lost 50.04 to 136. And that's in the playoffs? Playoffs? We talking playoffs? Void, was that a consolation bracket? Or was that like the actual playoffs in your league? That is a hard hit. Who the heck could get to the playoffs and only score 50 points? No, it was week 13. So that was, yeah, so that was, okay. So the last week before the playoffs, because it's week 15. That is harsh. That is maybe one of the worst losses I've seen this year. I feel like someone in my league lost really bad too, but that might beat them. Ravens, 3rd and 2, converted. Is that Jones? Oh, Hooper. Damn. Have you ever had like bad heartburn or chest pain? Not really. I'm pretty healthy. I'm pretty healthy. I am a pretty healthy. I'm just not going to speak now. I am a pretty healthy guy. My God, the Patriots won by 34-13, and Brady got 13 points. How do you win with a 34-point score and the quarterback did basically nothing? Horrible. I needed Brady to get another touchdown just to give me a cushion. Brady right now is the lowest scoring guy on my team. Mark Andrews, Mark Ingram, Joe Mixon, and DJ Moore all scored more. My defense scored more. I had Buccaneers as my defense. My defense scored 17. Brady scored 13.5. Everyone on my team, including defense, scored more than Brady. And Brady was supposed to be my second highest projected player next to Michael Thomas, who hasn't even played yet. Ryan, last I looked, I was winning by 30 still. The guy has Eichler and Melvin Gordon splitting running backs, both on the Chargers. And ironically, all I have is Zerline on the Rams and Keenan Allen on the Chargers. So right now, Gordon and Eichler combined have 1 point combined. I don't know why in a fantasy playoff game you'd put all your eggs in one basket. You're basically relying your whole season on the Chargers rushing game. Now, sometimes they do good, but the Chargers have no chance at a wild card, and you're relying, your whole season is based off of a Chargers running game. The Chargers just intercepted the ball, but the Chargers aren't really a running team. I can't believe, I'm happy he did this. Maybe they'll end up winning, but now the Chargers, Vikings. Oh, they just re-showed it. Okay. I was like, what just happened? So the Chargers are in field goal range already. They intercepted. They're already in field goal range. I hope it is a Keenan Allen pass and not running. But I'm literally winning by over 30 points. If the rushing game of the Chargers is shut down, I am looking really good because all the guys got left after that is Lutz and Breeze, and I got Michael Thomas. So if Breeze is going to score, Michael Thomas is going to score, and Lutz is the kicker. So unless he scores like 30 points, which has never happened in the history of kickers in fantasy, I think the most I've ever seen a kicker get is like 17, 18 points. and that was like with 5 field goals and an extra point or something like that. So that is not happening, because if that happened, that means Breeze didn't score anything. If it's one or the other, Lutz can't kick 5 field goals and then Brady scores a shitload of points. Brady would therefore be settling for field goals instead of touchdowns. So it's almost like the guy I'm playing against hurt himself. He doubled up on the Chargers and doubled up on the Saints. Not really a good move. You're putting all your eggs in one basket. I've been to the hospital like once in my life. Great. Are you a guy, like every time your chest hurts or you're sick, you go to the hospital, or are you a guy? Can you do a Mickey Mouse impression? What is going on? The person that got 50 points is 9-5 right now. I got Harper when I was hungover. Me too. But he's losing 62-80. How are you looking right now? Blah, blah, blah. No, great one, kid. I never go to the hospital. I don't even have health insurance. I can't go to the hospital. I've never had health insurance in my life. I'm self-employed and I do everything out of pocket. So I do not go to the doctor unless I'm literally dying. It's happened twice in my life and I literally almost died. So no, I do not go for a chest pain. Or are you sleeps it off, I meant. Someone in my league is losing 30-80 right now, and he was projected to win 110-80, and someone is even losing 140. This is some horrible... Yo, driving and listening, so can't really type. What's up, Ray? I am watching it to see if my fantasy league, my big money league, I am winning by 30 points last I checked, and everything is riding, not like 80% is riding on the Chargers game. And it's all going my way right now, but anything could change. It's almost halftime for most of the games. So at halftime, I'm going to go check the score. But right now, I should be looking really good. I could win a ton of money. Void, I cannot believe the blowouts in your league. All my league scores are pretty tight, including mine. Even though I'm winning by 30, the guy has more people left to play, is what I'm saying. All I have after this is Michael Thomas. He's got Breeze, Lutz, and in the night game tonight, he has the Steelers. He also has 3 guys in right now, and I only have 2. And one of my 2 is a kicker who doesn't really get a whole lot of points. So it's, even though I have a 30-point lead, to me it's like dead even. The overall projection is still like 143 to 142, which is 1 point advantage to him. When all the games hit the half, I'm going to go double check. But I have 5 players left. He has 2. Is there a cousin at the party you go to, and he's always the drunk one? No. We have many cousins, but there isn't a drunk one. I don't even go to parties. There is no more parties. I work my whole life and do YouTube. In fantasy, do you have any official leagues that you can join? In fantasy, do you have any official leagues that you can join? What do you mean, do I have, like, right at this point? It's too late in the season. I'm not clear on your question, Ryan. In fantasy, do you have any official leagues that you could join? Are you a workaholic? You could say that. I wouldn't call myself a workaholic because I work to make money. I'm not, I feel like a workaholic is someone that can't stop working because they just are obsessed with working. I am obsessed with money. So I continue to work to make money. It has nothing to do with wanting to work. I would sit here and watch football and movies and TV all day with you guys if I got paid enough to do it. I mean, like, instead of a private league, are there any official wide-known leagues? Probably, but I don't do any. All mine are private. I'm pretty sure I could jump into leagues. There are probably even playoff leagues. I've seen leagues where, like, you could just jump in week to week or just, like, playoffs and stuff like that. But all mine are private. Oh, my God. Miles Sanders, who is on my bench. Miles Sanders on the Eagles, who's on my bench, just broke Deshaun Jackson's rookie record from scrimmage today. That sucks. I did not... Oh, wait, no. Never mind. Miles Sanders was on my other league. I was going to say, why didn't I think to put in Miles Sanders? He's on my other league that I already am out of. Do you sleep a lot? No, I don't. Ever. I'm lucky if I'm all seriousness, I'm lucky if I get 3 or 4 hours of sleep a night. On a good night, I get 3 or 4 hours of sleep. This last week, I think I went 3 or 4 days with like an hour or 2 a day because I'm watching my mom now. So it's gotten quite hectic. But I am used to getting no sleep. It's not because of my mom that I'm getting less sleep. I mean, this week particularly, yes. But I never, my whole life, I've just never slept. My God. Redzone's re-showing the Cowboys just got a monster touchdown. So you sleep to pride? Maybe that's why you like ghosts? I do like ghosts. Do you want to be like Scrooge McDuck and swim? Great one, kid. You just have an arsenal of the weirdest questions. All right, here we go. Raiders. I hope that's not Waller. Let me see your back. Turn around. I think that is Waller. My God, the Raiders are getting every pass. Why are you so mad at me? I'm just saying questions in the First Amendment. I'm not mad at you, great one, kid. I hesitated on finishing because I wanted to see the play. I'm just speaking fact. You ask a lot of weird questions. I'm not mad at you. I'm just trying to see. I'm pretty sure that's freaking... Oh, no, it's not. Thank God. Every guy on the Raiders, I think, is Waller now because Waller has got, like, every ball thrown to him. And Carr has 250 yards throwing in the first half. I am hoping I didn't miss some crazy play to Waller, and I'm losing by a significant amount. The rule was today, guys, since the Saints weren't playing, the rule was that I was going to only drink shots when a team member of mine scored on my fantasy team. But right now, all I got left is Keenan Allen and Zerline. And Zerline can't score a touchdown, and Keenan Allen hasn't done anything. Maybe I'll take a shot for the extra point Zerline kicked. All right, 3rd and 10 Raiders. Please tell me this wasn't Waller. Oh my God, it was! He got another huge pass off to Waller. What the fuck? Waller has, like, Devontae Parker and Waller were my least worried people on this guy's team. Devontae Parker doubled his projected score, got like 25, and now Waller hasn't even scored a touchdown and is in like almost at 20 friggin' points. I'm going to lose to Devontae Parker and Waller on the Raiders, the two most unsuspected people I'm going to lose to. Thank God Waller hasn't got a touchdown. Both touchdowns were to running backs, I believe. Waller's getting crazy yardage, but he's not scoring touchdowns. And honestly, I'd rather take yardage. I'd rather him get yardage because touchdowns are significantly more points. Chargers, 2nd and 2 on the 26-yard line in field goal range. This could either be big points for me with Keenan Allen or big points for Melvin Gordon against me. 2nd and 2, Rivers throwing. Sacked! Fumble! Fumble! Vikings recover! Vikings running, touchdown Vikings off of a fumble by Phillip Rivers. Oh my God. And after Phillip Rivers fumbled it, Eichler picked it up and fumbled it. I don't know if they're going to count that another. If Eichler gets a fumble against him, that's -2, and Eichler already has like 1 or 2 yards. I'm not sure if they'll call it that, but it looked like Eichler fielded it, and then he got it fumbled. I have to rewatch it. Here we go. Phillip Rivers, his own guy thrown into him, sacked, botched the ball. The ball's out. Ball goes rolling. Eichler picked it up, but he didn't really have possession of it. Yeah, Eichler picked it up, and before he tucked it, he lost it. So it wasn't possession. Otherwise, Eichler would have got, it would have been a double fumble against Phillip Rivers and Eichler, but I don't think there'll be anything against Eichler. Although it doesn't matter because they don't have the ball. And all I care about is that I do not want the Chargers having the ball. It is now going to go into the half. There's only 5 seconds left. Into the half, Vikings up at least 10 points? I didn't see the score. All right, so it's 18-10. Will they go for 2? Kidder 96, Saints game tomorrow. Yes, sir. Is that Kidder 90? Yeah, Kidder 96. And the extra point is good. 19-10 Vikings. Saints game tomorrow. I am probably going to live stream it from my work. I run an arcade, and I can do whatever I want. So I'm probably going to live stream it while I cook and work. So the Saints game starts like 8:30 around there. I will probably start a live stream, and you guys will be watching me react to the Saints while I work. It'll probably be entertaining in the sheer fact that I'll be dealing with customers and bullshitting with clients. Clients, if you want to call arcade kids clients. But I will have the Saints game live streamed. I have televisions there and stuff so I can easily watch it. And it'll be televised because it's Monday Night Football. That, Rick and Morty tonight. Yes, Rick and Morty tonight. Side data. I didn't know you were a Niners fan. I am watching the Niners simply because I want it's the best afternoon game and the Saints aren't playing today. I'm not a Niners fan, my friend. I know you, I think you are. I am honestly hoping they lose for the sheer fact that they beat up on my Saints last week and I want us to have even records again. So nothing against the Niners. It is sheerly revenge. I want to get back at the Niners for beating us last week. So I am hoping the Niners lose to the Falcons. I shouldn't be a Falcons fan, but the Falcons have no chance at a wild card or anything. So I am a Falcons fan right now because I want the Niners. Nothing against them. I told you guys in the past, I like the Niners. It's just me wanting revenge for last week. That is a guy that can do whatever you want and work told you he's rich. You seem you can be a good commentator. You could talk. Michael, I don't know how to pronounce your last name. Kewen? Michael Kane? I don't know. I'm a little messed up right now. FTF. I know what the fuck. What is FTF? Not sure what that is. I'm going to take a shot, guys. Zerline scored an extra point. That's a score. I said I take shots on scores. Let's see what happens. Guys, I also got to remember to never not put NFL or a thing in the title again. The last 3 hours I watched with Ryan for the Patriots, I put week 15 guide by guide or play-by-play guide. No one came in the chat with us. You remind me of Frank Sabatka. He is my favorite character ever. I guess that's a compliment. I love Frank Sabatka too. I'm assuming you don't mean physically, because Frank Sabatka wasn't the most physically appealing man. But Frank Sabatka, speaking-wise and attitude-wise, that would be a compliment. I would like to think I am not an overweight, balding, 50-year-old man. I like to think I'm in good shape and I'm young. If your dad, would you teach your kids how to learn how to work for money or spoil them? No. My kids would work their fucking asses off, attitude-wise. That's what I figured you meant. I don't know how I'd look like Frank. He's clean-shaven with a bald head and a big pot belly. But I love Frank Sabatka. And, whoa, Falcons almost got a crazy touchdown to Julio Jones. I'm afraid to look at my fantasy score right now, guys. It's when this game hits the half. Right now, the only game not in the half is the Falcons-Niners. When this game hits the half, I'm going to run in my room, check the stats. I was up 31 points when I last looked, but I have 2 guys and one's a kicker left, and he has 3 guys, and 2 of them are running backs doing nothing, but one is Waller on the Raiders, and he's been putting up yardage. Do you look like the dad from Family Guy and Fat Amy combined? That would be an interesting look, but I feel like they're very similar, except one's a girl and the guy has glasses. All right, the Falcons are challenging the non-call of pass interference on Julio Jones in the end zone. They're saying the pass in the end zone was pass interference. They just showed DJ Moore's stats. DJ Moore ended the game with 113 yards. When I last looked, he had 30. The feed cut off on the day games. My battery ran out. Feed cut off. DJ Moore had like 30 yards. He somehow made 80 more yards after my feed cut off, which I love him for because he is my starting wide receiver. I don't know why great one kid. What do you mean? What the fuck? I clearly don't look like fat. I am in incredible shape. I can bench press planets. I drink kegs of beer and still have a six-pack. Here we go. Dallas at the 17-yard line pitched it. Pitched it to Austin. Got about a couple of yards. I'm curious to see what's going on. No. They did not accept the challenge. Was not reversed. Falcons, incomplete pass. They lose their challenge. Lose a timeout. 3rd and 7, Falcons. Right now, I have neither me or my opponent in fantasy football have anybody on Dallas, the Falcons, or the Niners. It's all Chargers, Raiders, Rams. 2nd and 1. Or no, it's going to be 3rd and 1, Dallas. Here we go. Falcons, 3rd and 7. Timeout. San Francisco called a timeout. Back to Dallas. I heard Jay once beat Thanos in an arm race. That people aren't supposed to talk about it, but yes, once I beat Thanos arm wrestling. I was well rested and a handle deep in wild turkey, but I don't like to talk about it. 3rd and 2, Dallas on the 7-yard line, 8-yard line. Ezekiel Elliott. Oh, my Lord. He may have got the first. It looks like it's short. They're going to spot him short. It's going to be 4th and a half a yard. Dallas on like the 6-yard line maybe. Now we got Falcons 3rd and 7 on the 25-yard line in field goal range, tied against the Niners. So might be a field goal try, but here we go. 3rd and 7. Matt Ryan totally missed everybody. I don't know where the hell he was going. Matt Ryan threw it right into the middle of the dirt. And they go for around 4th and 1, and Dallas gets the first. I think it was, who was that? Prescott. Dak Prescott up the middle, QB sneak, got a couple yards, 1st down. He got at least, they needed a half a yard. He got 1, 2, he got about a yard and a half. I am drinking a few vodka lemonades. Do you think, oh, Ryan, that makes me thirsty. I just remembered I have lemonade in my fridge. I should totally break out the lemonade. It is a good masker of hard liquor. Like right now, I'm chasing wild turkey, piss-warm wild turkey with piss-warm water. That's what I'm chasing, just because I don't want to get up and miss a play. But I should totally get my lemonade. How is it that not a pass interference? Alex Manugian? Is that Manugian or Manugan? That is an interesting last name. I didn't really see. I saw the catch go off, but I wasn't paying enough attention to determine whether or not it was pass interference because I was talking. I just saw they challenged it, but I wasn't really watching. Was it that bad? I guess because it was ruled on the field an incomplete pass, they couldn't reverse it for some reason. Why do you like alcohol? Doesn't it taste like rubbing alcohol? And isn't it disgusting, the taste? You get you get used to it, I guess. I love drinking now. When I was younger, I didn't get it at all. I hated beer. Didn't start drinking beer till my late 20s, and then I got really into it. I became like a huge connoisseur, experienced a lot of different beers, but I enjoy drinking very much. The taste is harsh, but it's almost like the trade-off is worth it because you somewhat get used to it, you somewhat crave it, and at the same token, you get silly, and you kind of like the sensation you get when you're drunk. Have you ever had Southern Comfort? Yes, Ryan. I've probably had everything you could imagine. Maybe not specific brands of some sorts, but I've at some point had probably everything. I've had legit absinthe from Europe. I've had absinthe from here. I've had all sorts of like European, like weird Polish vodkas. I forget what it's called. In Poland, my friend goes to Poland every year. He's Polish. His family's here from Poland, and I cannot. It's something with an S, but most of it's S. It's not Stoli or any of that stuff. Damn it! What the hell is it called? Someone mentioned it in a live stream before, but I drank a lot. Oh my God, spiritus or spiritos or something. I've had that right from Poland. He's brought bottles back from Poland. Spiritus is one of the strongest things I've drinking outside of the States. But I, in my lifetime, have had so many different beers and hard liquor, I couldn't even count. Southern Comfort is okay, but it's low alcohol content, so I usually don't drink it. I literally go out of my way to get a high content, like 101 Wild Turkey, because I have a huge tolerance for alcohol. So if I drink stuff like Southern Comfort, this is 101. I think Southern Comfort's 40 proof. So that would be like every 3 shots of Southern Comfort is like one, give or take. 1 shot of this is like 3 SoCos, Southern Comfort. I would have to drink, you guys see me, sometimes I drink 7 or 8 shots of this in a game. That would mean I'd have to do 20 plus shots of Southern Comfort. That is a lot to do, and it's sugary and stuff. I end up getting headaches just based on the sugar. Niners went right up the middle, got a gain of like 30 or 40 yards. Spiritus. Yeah, Void, I said it right? Yeah. Soplica? I've never heard of. Soplica. Have you ever had Southern Comfort? Does your doctor tell you? I had to slow down drinking a few years back because I would drink barrels of beer, and I had to actually stop. And that's why I do shots now, because I was consuming so much beer to get drunk that I was actually hurting myself. And I wasn't doing it. I wouldn't even say I was like an alcoholic or something like that. I drank beer, and it took me so much beer to get drunk that I would literally almost go into like a alcoholic coma. I blew a breathalyzer once and I was almost 0.35. Anything over 0.3 is like you could be in a coma. And I was literally like functioning at 0.35 because that's how high my tolerance was. So I quit drinking for years. I didn't drink at all. And now I do like shots. I drink beers when I go out with friends, but I only have like 2 or 3. And I have shots when I have football. But I watch myself. Do you think if someone paid you $1 billion? Hold up, I just hit something. Polish alcohol doesn't mess around. No, it does not. I don't know what Soplica is, if I'm saying that right. I know Soplica, which is proof 80 pure vodka. I don't know what that means, though. 80 proof is normal. That's like Absolute, Svedka, all that other stuff. All vodka is 80 proof. Spiritus is like 180 proof. I'm not even exaggerating. Who was the one that said Void? Correct me if I'm wrong, but Spiritus, I think, is 180 or 190 proof. Proof is the alcohol percentage doubled. So if it's 90% alcohol, it's 180 proof. If it's like 40% alcohol, it's 80 proof. That's where you get proof. The proof is double the percentage of alcohol. I'm pretty sure Spiritus is 90 or 95% alcohol, which makes it 180 or 190 proof. It is insane. This is 101 proof. That's why people go 101. How do you get 101%? It's not. It's on the bottle. Let's see what it says. It's exactly, where does it say? 50.5%. So 101. I knew that half of 101 was 50.5. I just wanted to see for myself if they wrote it. They literally wrote it. It's 50.5% alcohol. So half of this, each shot is 50% alcohol. 101 Wild Turkey. Spiritus is almost equivalent to 2 shots of 101 Wild Turkey. Do you think if someone paid you $1 billion, you could stop drinking for the rest of your life? Of course I could. I stopped drinking for 3 years for free. I know like how you could quit smoking. I don't smoke cigarettes, so I could easily quit smoking cigarettes. Why is Michael Gallup not doing anything? I didn't notice. You're right though. Now that you mentioned his name, you are correct. Dallas is about to start the second half. Do you like wine? Void, yeah, I thought so. Shows that I know my liquor. Spiritus is 192 proof. I thought it was 180 or 190, but it's literally 192. So basically 2 shots of Wild Turkey 101, because there's a Wild Turkey 80 proof. That's the standard that everyone drinks. I go out of my way to get 101 because my tolerance is high. I don't want to have to drink more liquid to get drunk. I try to drink as less liquid as possible. I just Googled it, and first thing that came up is a girl died drinking it in the UK, and Amazon stopped selling it. My friend would bring bottles back from Poland, and we would literally just go shot for shot while watching football. So that goes to show my tolerance. My other friend also makes moonshine. Moonshine is basically the redneck version of Spiritus from Poland. So moonshine is almost 100% alcohol, which makes it almost 200% proof. A little less than alcohol for you guys. Most of my family is from Poland, and I was born in Poland. My dad had it before. Void, I do remember you saying this in another thing. But yeah, my best friend. My best friend is also named Jay. I've mentioned him in other streams. I call him Fireman Jay. His whole family is from Poland. Speak it fluently. I barely understand his parents. He speaks Polish fluently, but was born and raised in America. But every year he goes to Poland for a month or two with his entire family, brings back bottles of Spiritus, said you could buy it at the local gas station for $5 a bottle. 200 proof, close to 200 proof alcohol. In the States, an 80 proof bottle of Svedka is like $15, $20. For $5 in Poland, you could buy, and he said you could buy it anywhere. They sold it at the local gas stations, the quick checks, the convenience stores, what have you. You could buy, because they all just, I guess it's very cold and people just get drunk. Maybe Void can enlighten me on that, but I'm guessing it's because Poland is insanely cold and people like to get drunk and stay warm. Do you like, my dad had it before. Do you like wine? I'll drink wine, but like I said, I used to go to dinner parties and kill 3 or 4 bottles of wine with friends and drive home. Not that that's a good thing to do, but I was completely fine. I'd have friends that were shit-faced off half bottles, and I would have to drink tons of it. Now you could say, well, you don't have to get shit-faced, but I could literally drink 3 or 4 bottles and be like I am right now. So it's almost like a blessing and a curse. I could drink till the sun goes down, but I also could die from it because I have to drink significant amounts. They probably sell it at the gas station because it can probably run your car. Very good point, Ryan. I was born in Poland and I speak it fluently. Poland isn't cold in the summer. Oh, okay. It could get really hot. Interesting. I just assumed it was cold all year round. Have you ever been so drunk that you passed out, woke up, and passed out again? Yes, great one, kid. Probably countless times. Mind you, in my college years, I didn't drink responsibly. I got a DUI. I would drink till I was blackout almost every night in college, and I did my fair share of drunken debauchery and hooking up with randos and having one-night stands and everything under the sun. So, yes, in my college years, I was not responsible with my drinking, but it didn't help that I had the tolerance of Andre the Giant. Like you guys have seen me already. I've already had about 7 or 8 shots of 101, and I might slur a little bit because I talk really fast and never shut up. But besides that, I'm not drunk at all. Browns just got a touchdown. Ricky Seals-Jones. I'm pouring another one because this is a good luck charm that Keenan Allen will score a touchdown when the Chargers come out of halftime. Niners, Garoppolo, pass deflected. That was 3rd and goal. It'll now be 4th down. Falcons winning by 3. Niners likely to kick the field goal and tie the game. Why are the Niners playing so bad against the Falcons? They brought their A game last week against the Saints, and now the Falcons get an easy run. I mean, granted it's tight, but the Falcons are nowhere near what the Saints are this year. Rams just threw an interception. I thought it was going to be a field goal. Instead, Goff threw another interception. Zerline is going to get me no points. My kicker on the Rams is going to get nothing. And now Dallas is starting second and goal. 21-7, Dallas, and they're starting, well, it was first and goal, but they're starting. Prescott, gain of 2, broke 2 or 3 tackles. Make sure you have protection and we don't have no STDs over there. I'm good. Don't worry about that. That I said when I was in college. Have you ever been so drunk? Also, do you like Jack Daniels? I have a bottle over here, a 100-year-old bottle of Jack Daniels that is unopened, worth hundreds of dollars. I was thinking of possibly cracking it open this Christmas when my brother visits. Ray, I think, is listening on his drive home. Ray is in the chat. He's my brother. I'm thinking about cracking it open this Christmas because after the year we've had, my father having heart problems, my mother falling and being very close to bad things, but now recovering fully, I'm thinking of cracking it open and having a shot with my family on Christmas Day with a $100 bottle of Jack. I will show you guys if you like. Here it is. This is my $100 bottle of Jack Daniels. 100-year-old bottle of Jack Daniels. I'll put it here. It's still sealed with the original. You can see from there, maybe you can. It's still sealed. It's not even cracked. The label, it's not even cracked. It is technically from, I think, 1944. So it's 80 years old, roughly 80 years old. But it is, if you go online and look, it's worth $300-400, like as is. But I was gonna save it. It's one of those things where I don't need the money. It's more so like a collector's item, so to speak, for the drinker in me. It's whiskey. You guys know I drink whiskey. So when I got it on a job. I did a house clean out for somebody, and the guy said, I don't want to throw this out, but do you know anyone that's a big drinker of whiskey? And I was like, I am that guy. And he said, here's like it's almost $100. It's almost a 100-year-old bottle, and it's worth a lot of money. He goes, but he was like some old guy that was a millionaire, and he was like, take this bottle and drink it. And that's the other thing. I would feel guilty if I didn't enjoy it with friends and family because it was given to me as a gift. You don't want to hold on to something like that and then sell it to make a couple $100. It's meant for the enjoyment. Like his point in giving it to me was to have me and my family enjoy it. First and goal, Dallas. Ezekiel Elliott up the middle, touchdown. 7-28, Dallas. Rams are not going to settle for field goals now, which sucks for me because my kicker is going to do a whole lot of nothing. And the Rams are looking like shit. The Cowboys already look like shit. They lost 3 straight, and they're beating up on the Rams. Biggest disappointments of the year, Rams, Cowboys. Those 2 teams should have been 10-3 right now, 10-4 right now, and they suck ass. They are miserable. From his own Jack Daniels. Did you ever know the creator of Jack Daniels, the guy that made it die from drinking poison? I don't know about that. Please, Gallup, get a touchdown. Gallup did not. Your father has heart problems. Like, does he have heart disease? Does he have the pacemaker? Does he have a cardiologist? He has a cardiologist, and it's arrhythmia he has. He doesn't have a pacemaker or anything, but he's on medication to balance him out. How did you get that? Sell it. Do you meet Great One Kid? Do you meet Great One Kid as a skinny boy, a guy with muscles, or a beer belly guy? Do you think Great One Kid? I assume you're saying, what do I think you are, Great One Kid? I think you're an average dude, maybe slight beer belly kind of thing, but nothing crazy. My guess is you are more skinny than anything. Just maybe slightly out of shape, and I'm not insulting you. I'm just saying based on the way you talk, and I'm gathering from how you act and stuff, I'm gathering that you are probably an average guy. I definitely don't think you're like a super muscle guy or anything like that. And I definitely don't think you're like a super fat guy or something like that. I think you're like right in the middle, just your average Joe. And your average Joe in America is slightly overweight. And when I say slightly overweight, I mean like 5 pounds. Like maybe a bit of a gut where you can't see a six-pack. I don't mean like a big beer belly. Yes, 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 I love steak. I just ate a steak. I was lucky enough to have my father is watching my mom, and I walked over to get my charger, and he was like, "I just made this giant T-bone steak. You want it?" Because when he makes steak, he makes 3 or 4 at a pop. He like is a cooking. He's not a culinary guy or anything by profession, but he makes a damn good steak, and when he makes them, he makes a lot. So he literally made like 4 pounds of steak on T-bones, and I had a giant T-bone steak, delicious. And then I ran back out the charger, started up the afternoon games. I know, Ryan. Like Ryan, I picture you as a typical, like I'm just imagining, you're from Scotland, so I'm just imagining you are like this like blonde-haired white guy that's just kicking back, having some shots of scotch with me. But like for all I know, you could be like a fat Spanish guy that's just named Ryan and lives in Scotland. I feel like Ryan's like, I feel like, I don't know, that my guess with Ryan is you are a blonde white man with blue eyes. Racist? What a racist. I'm just saying, Scotland, I mean, my view of Scotland, I've never been to Scotland. I imagine a lot of white people and blonde hair, like Irish and stuff like that. Irish, Scottish, German, all those countries, I imagine white people with light hair. That's just my perception of it. I honestly, Ryan, like I felt like ginger was the easy go-to, but I feel like that is way too stereotypical. I feel like that wouldn't be the case. I don't know. It's possible. Maybe you are. But I feel like that is, like, I'm speaking what I truly think, and I felt like that was way too stereotypical. But you are correct. Most people would definitely go with ginger. I missed one from you. How long have your parents been married, and are they still in love, and do they get to know what? And do you get it on? Great one, kid. Awkward. But yes, they are still married. They're still madly in love. When my mom got hurt, my dad was a mess, and they are still as in love as they were day one. And I'm pretty sure they've been married now for 40. Put it this way, my brother is 40, I'm 38, and they were married for at least a year or two before that. So they're at least 42 years married, and more than happy. Melvin Gordon just got dropped for a loss of 3. Or no, Eichler did. All I know is Chargers have 10 points, and I know who scored the touchdown. It was Mike Williams. So basically the running game has done nothing. Eichler and Melvin Gordon, I'm pretty sure, have negative points combined, which is huge. They were projected to get 40 points combined, and right now, unless something huge happened that I didn't see, they have negative points. That could win me the game right here. And Phillip Rivers is going to have to start airing the ball out, and I have Keenan Allen. This game is working out beautifully. The Vikings have a 12-point lead. They're going to have to go for touchdowns. Here he goes, airing it out. Please be. And Phillip Rivers throws it into the dirt. No shot. It's going to go back to the Vikings. Eichler and Gordon are going to get no points, dude. We have like 96% white people here in Scotland. That's what I figured. Based on what I've seen, like I said, I've never been there, but based on what I've seen, I figured my ratio is pretty high. So is the time to get married and have kids before it's too late for you? I said this. I'm 38. I said if I'm not married by 40, I don't even care about being married. I would just like to be on the path of having a kid by 40. Otherwise, I'm going to be in my 60s with a kid in college, and I don't want to be the old dad at college. Phillip Rivers is overrated. At this point, he is. I've known Phillip Rivers since high school. He's been playing since I was in high school, and Phillip Rivers has always been like consistent, but of recent, he is not much of a player. I even had him on my bench for fantasy previous years. This year, I just gave up hope. But Keenan Allen was still a clutch on all my other years. Keenan Allen this year he took a huge dive, Keenan Allen. Every single year, there are several players that every year just end up on my fantasy teams. Zach Ertz, I always have. I always end up with Jason Witten on a team. I always end up with Phillip Rivers as like a backup. He's never my starter, but he's always like my backup. There are these always guys that I like lean towards because they're consistent throughout the years. But this year, I just didn't even look at Phillip Rivers. The dude is as old as Breeze and Brady and all them, but not even performing. He hasn't made the playoffs in God knows how long, and even when he does, I don't think he's won a playoff game in forever. Howdy, folks. What's up, Steph? Hello, hello. Hey, Steph, I saw a notification that you commented on the Patreon. I didn't read it yet because I've been watching football all day. But I'm assuming it was because you saw I got Banshee out finally. Really cool. Totally unlike I expected. I forget if you gave me a brief synopsis of it, but I went into that thinking it was more like a fringe, supernatural, like paranormal type show. And it is like a grounded, highly fueled action sex, like cop drama kind of show. Like a very action-packed, sex-fueled action drama. Like, there is a lot more sex than I thought. Like, the second he gets out of prison, he's just banging bartenders. His ex-girlfriend is going to town with the prosecutor guy. They had a lot of nudity in that. So, did not expect that. But I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I was just a certain outlook I had on it without knowing what was going on. Oh my God. Oh, never mind. Delvin Cook. I thought they said he has Melvin Gordon. Delvin Cook is out on the Vikings. For a second, I was thinking Melvin Gordon. I'm like, oh my God. On top of it, he has no player. Cousins ran it for a first down. I think I did tell you a general idea of the show back when I first brought it up. Now Fringe, my other pick, is definitely a sci-fi show. Yes. Fringe, I knew was sci-fi. From my brother, because I told you, Steph, my brother's a big fan. But I don't know. Like, is Banshee, is it a grounded show? Or is, like, are they just tricking me with episode 1 and this thing's going to go off on a weird angle? I'm assuming at this point it's grounded, but anything can happen. Like, Lost looked like a grounded show. The plane crashed. They're all kind of, like, on an island. And then all of a sudden you hear dinosaurs in the woods or what have you. Oh, my God. The Jaguars did a nice little pitch play to Cole, and he got no yardage, even though it looks fancy as hell, but there's a flag on the play. Yeah, it's a pretty straightforward action crime drama. Okay, that's what I figured. The Wire is overrated. How dare you? Steph, in the first episode of Banshee, the bald cop that is taking the main character around, by the way, I don't know the name of the main character. I watched the whole episode, but they kept referring to him as Hood because he's taking the identity of the other guy. So I don't know his real name. I know his ex-girlfriend's Anna. I know the black guy Burrell from The Wire is Sweets. I know the rabbit. I pretty much picked up most of the names, but the main character, I only caught Hood because that is the sheriff he's impersonating. What is his name? And the bald-headed cop that drove him around when he got sworn in, isn't that guy from The Wire too? I feel like he was like the FBI guy from The Wire or something. He's in a lot of movies and other things too, so I'm not sure if I'm confusing him with someone else. Also, the guy, the rabbit, looks like, I don't know the actor's name, but an actor that is actually in real life a really good martial artist. And I'm wondering if that is the same guy I'm thinking of. He's in like weird B-list martial arts movies with like Steven Seagal and stuff like that. I don't know his name, but I feel like that is him. I don't think that guy was in The Wire, but he was in The Sopranos. That is right, Steph. Yes. He was the guy, he was the FBI guy that was trying to get them to be informants. All right, that's what I'm thinking. I also feel like I saw him in something else recently, though. Like, the guy, that's like the role he plays. He always plays like kind of the guy you almost are supposed to not like, but he's never really a really bad guy. He's just kind of annoying and a prick. What is the best movie of 2019 horror? Honestly, I saw Ready or Not. If you consider Ready or Not horror, I honestly really, really liked Ready or Not. It was like different. It shocked me at the end. There was a surprise twist and stuff. And I would consider it horror, thriller. So I would say my favorite of this year. I saw Parasite. People are saying, including my own friends, are saying that Parasite is one of the best movies they ever saw in their lives. And that is insane in my opinion. I thought Parasite was really well done, but it's like one of those type of movies where I will never probably rewatch it. It's like I get it and it was good and it was very like unpredictable, but I have no desire to rewatch it. I've already seen Ready or Not 3 times and it just came out on DVD or Blu-ray. So definitely Ready or Not is much more rewatchable, and I would say, unless I can think of something else off the top of my head, I mean, if you consider Joker a horror movie, Joker would win. But I would not consider Joker a horror movie. I would say Joker is like a psychological thriller and a drama more than a horror movie. Are you ready for the new Rush Hour movie? I will definitely see it. I grew up with those. Jackie Chan was one of my favorite growing up. He got really famous in the States when Rumble in the Bronx came out, and that's when I was like just getting into middle school or something, or high school. I don't remember. All I know is at the time of my life, Rumble in the Bronx was like insane because he did all his own stunts and it was stuff that you didn't usually see in cinema. I got hooked. Drunken Master, all those movies were great Jackie Chan movies. Sacked Walter Minshew. Raiders killed him on 3rd and 9. You only know the main character as Hood. Oh, okay. So, Steph, they've never mentioned his name? Then I feel so much better. I thought I was crazy because I'm like, how did I absorb all of these people's names and I don't know the main character's name? All I knew was Hood because that's the guy he's impersonating. I thought I missed it. I'm like, how did I miss this guy's name? I even got the bartender's name and the ex-girlfriend. It is good, but it was a good twist when they blew up. I don't know what you're referring to, ever. I know what you're referring to, but no spoilers, great one, kid. I was avoiding it just in case people haven't seen. Ooh, Cardinals. Maybe pass interference. Do you like the show The View? No. I honestly, they all are just, I'm not trying to be sexist or anything. I love women and I watch lots of stuff with women. But The View is just all these gabby women that just scream and yell and rant and bitch and moan. The View annoys the shit out of me. What's her name? Joy Behar and Whoopi Goldberg just go at each other like assholes and like fucking, I just despise them. Barbara Walters, I don't even know, is she still even on The View? I know Barbara Walters and the girl from Roseanne, they're not bad. Even though Barbara Walters gets on a lot of people's nerves, I respect the fact that Barbara Walters has been in the media for so long. But Whoopi Goldberg and Joy Behar, you know I know The View because I know all their names. But they're annoying as shit. I'm playing Saints vs. Colts in Madden 20 right now because why not? I'm winning 28-23. But Void, who is winning? Are you the Saints or are you the Colts? Listen here, buddy. You don't like The View because it's a Democrat. Because it's a Democrat. But they added Meghan McCain, and it's not. It's funny. Halston and Meghan McCain fighting. Well, see, I know old school The View. I know The View back when it was the 4 people I mentioned. Who did they drop? If they added people, who did they drop? Because honestly, Joy Behar and Whoopi Goldberg are the reason I hate it. If they drop, I'm assuming Whoopi Goldberg is still on it. But the funny thing is, I enjoyed Whoopi Goldberg. Sister Act, all the stuff back in the 90s and stuff, I liked Whoopi Goldberg. I feel like she's kind of become, like, annoying and shitty in her old age. Unless maybe I just notice her bitching a lot because Joy Behar's such a shithead. Joy Behar is definitely the biggest asshole of the whole show. And I'm wondering if it's that I have taken my anger out on Whoopi Goldberg because Joy Behar gets her into rants. Yeah. I don't know, though. Maybe I'm wrong about Whoopi, but Joy Behar annoys the shit out of me. And I guess, so Barbara Walters maybe dropped? Barbara Walters had to have dropped off then, because she's old. She can't keep doing talk shows and stuff. I'm playing as the Saints. All right, so yeah. Barbara Walters has an attitude, but she kind of deserves to because she's knows a lot and has been around forever. So I'll give her. She has the right to have an attitude. I love Whoopi Goldberg, but I don't really care for talk shows, so I've never bothered to watch that. It's not my cup of tea. Yeah, like, I love Whoopi Goldberg in movies and stuff. I've probably watched Sister Act 100 times. It was one of the few movies my grandmother had on VHS, and she would babysit me all the time. So I have seen Sister Act 1,000,000 times. She's hilarious. I love her. I love when she teamed up with Robin Williams and Billy Crystal in that, what was it, Comic Relief or something like that. They did like charity things. She was great. I feel like in her old age, she kind of got like uppity or something. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I'm just basing it off of the few moments I've seen her on The View. And like I said, maybe Joy Behar egged her on, or I don't know. I don't know why I'm talking so much about The View. It says Bengals won to Patriots 29-22. No, they did not. Unless they couldn't have. I did not see the last 2 minutes, but I highly doubt that is possible. That's got to be an error. I used to work in a movie theater back in college, and Sister Act played for 3 weeks. I heard all those songs in my sleep. Yeah, it was. And I think that's why my grandma played it so much. My grandma was into musicals. The Music Man, South Pacific, all these Annie. I've seen those millions of times. She had all musicals, and then she had Mrs. Doubtfire, Sister Act, and Pee Wee Herman's Big Adventure. A handful of odd 80s, 90s movies mixed into musicals. So I always would rewatch them because I didn't have a lot of options as a child. I said on Madden, not IRL. In real life. Oh yeah, yes. I know. I'm just happy because it's a good sign that the Saints are winning in your Madden thing. I used to do stuff like that. When I used to bet early on before I did statistical analyses and stuff, I literally used to play Madden. I go all right, I'm gonna play the team that the Saints are playing on the hardest difficulty, and whatever the score is, I'm gonna bet based on that. Because this is early, back in the 90s Madden years when I wasn't as keen on football. So now I know my stuff. Oh, I meant Bengals versus Patriots on Madden. Now I get you. Put these comedians in a list that you could beat. Bill Burr, Kevin Hart, Dave Chappelle, Chris Rock. What do you mean that you could beat? You mean that I'm better than? I'm not better than any of those guys. They're the cream of the crop. Unless you want me to rank them just based on themselves. 3rd and 1, Chargers. And they stopped him for a loss of 1. Their running game is non-existent. 10-25, 4th and 2. Vikings getting the ball back. They're losing yardage on every run play. Loving it. I still haven't checked the scores. The only thing that could be hurting me right now is Waller on the Raiders. I haven't seen an update on Waller and the Raiders in a while. And right now, Eichler and Gordon are doing nothing for his running game. If you're asking me to put those comedians in rank order, Bill Burr's at the bottom. Bill Burr, I honestly don't find Bill Burr funny. I almost find Bill Burr somewhat annoying. He's funny from time to time, but I feel like Bill Burr just rode on Dave Chappelle's coattails. Dave Chappelle and him are good friends. And I know Bill Burr is one of the highest ranked comedians in the world. I just don't find Bill Burr funny. I feel like he is a less funny Dave Chappelle. Dave Chappelle is probably my all-time favorite, but Chris Rock is really good too. I would have to probably say Dave Chappelle because Dave Chappelle, even though Chris Rock like pushes the limits, I think Dave Chappelle goes further than any comedian, especially nowadays. Dave Chappelle constantly pushing the limits. It looked like Eichler fumbled the ball on third down too, but they recovered it. I'm wondering if they consider that a fumble because he'll lose 2 points for losing the fumble. Even though he recovered it, he will lose 2 points if that counted as a fumble. I'm not sure if that counted as a fumble, but if Eichler got a fumble there, not only did he lose yardage, but he also gets a negative 2 points in fantasy for the fumble, even though he recovered. Interesting. And now here they go. They're going for it. I don't blame them. They're down 15 points. 4th and 2, Chargers. Is he going to run it? Their run game has sucked. Phillip Rivers throwing. Who is that? Hunter Henry catch for like 20 yards. It wasn't Keenan Allen, but as long as it's not a running play. Joey Dangerously, what's up, bro? A long time no see. But yeah, I'd have to put, in order of those comedians, Dave Chappelle, Chris Rock, Kevin Hart, Bill Burr. It's almost no question to me. Kevin Hart I love too, but he is nowhere near the plateau that Chris Rock and Dave Chappelle have reached. But they've also been around a lot longer. So Kevin Hart might reach that plateau. He's definitely better as far as movies go. Kevin Hart is definitely the movie guy. Chris Rock and Dave Chappelle don't hold a candle to Kevin Hart on the movie realm. But if you go overall funny and pushing the limits, Dave Chappelle, Chris Rock, Kevin Hart, Bill Burr. I just don't like Bill Burr. I see stand-ups pop up on Netflix all the time, and when it comes to Bill Burr, I'm not even excited. I'll watch Kevin Hart, Dave Chappelle, Chris Rock. I'll watch everything they got to offer. Here we go. 2nd and 6. Please, Chargers, no touchdown running. Phillip Rivers throwing. Pass over the head of who is that? Oh, it was Keenan Allen, and he tripped. It was my guy. That was Keenan Allen's shot at a touchdown. Would have got me crazy cushion. I need some. I think I'm good on fantasy. I'm pretty sure I'm looking like I got the win, but I wouldn't mind a touchdown cushion, and Keenan Allen just dropped the ball, literally. In the Patriot game, 2 drop passes in the end zone for Brady, and I had Brady as my quarterback. Brady could have already sealed the deal if he got those off. 3rd and 6, no one in the backfield. Phillip Rivers throwing. And he's sacked. 3rd and 6, Phillip Rivers is sacked. They'll probably go for the touchdown because they're down 15 with a quarter left. So why settle for a field goal at this point? 4th and 9, though. They lost 3. And the clock is ticking. They're going to go down to the end of the 3rd, guys. It just said final was 0-0 for Browns versus Cardinals, Madden. Have you heard of Ron White? Ron White I enjoy. Ron White, what is his name? Tater Salad. Tater Salad. Ron White's all right. Bit of a redneck, but still funny. I'll watch Ron White from time to time. I feel like although the blue-collared comedy guys, Bill Engvall, Jeff Foxworthy, Ron White, and Larry the Cable Guy, I feel like most of them fell into a niche and went way too long with it. Like Larry the Cable Guy, get her done, get her done. Like he rode the get her done slang, like that motto, he went with for years. It's like, and the Bill Engvall with here's your sign, here's your sign. And Jeff Foxworthy, they all had a line. And it was honestly getting old fast. It was a lot of redneck humor. It was funny, but it got old quick. Ron White, though, probably my favorite of the 4. Ron White was a little more sophisticated than the rest. Ron White is so funny. Yeah, I enjoy Ron White. Do you think Steve Carell is funnier than Bill Burr? 100%. I would take Steve Carell over Bill Burr. I love Steve Carell. Seen pretty much everything he's done. Rams, 3rd and 8, sacked for a loss of 20. And I'm mad because I think they just backed him out of field goal range, and that was my one shot at a field goal by Zerline. Where are they? 20. Oh my God. They weren't even close. They're almost in their own end zone. Forget a field goal. My God, the Rams are getting destroyed. Talk about having a bad day to have Zerline as your kicker. I have 1 point on an extra point. They're losing 31-7. Finally, a Raiders update. 3rd and 13. Raiders have the ball, and it's still 16-6, which means Waller did not get a touchdown yet, but this could hurt. Sack. 3rd and 13. Loss of 10. Oh, that's beautiful. Raiders lose the ball. Jackson will run more time. The Raiders are up by 10, so Raiders are going to start running clock when they get the ball back. I'm looking very good. Ricky Gervais stand up is pretty good. The original UK Office is good too. Never saw the UK Office, but Ricky Gervais is he's all right. Honestly, I don't dislike him. I just haven't seen enough. Ricky Gervais, I've seen him in like one movie, watched like maybe one stand-up. I just haven't seen enough of Ricky Gervais to like give like my honest opinion. So nothing against him. I just don't have a lot of experience with Ricky Gervais. Who is the guy that was in that Gypsy show that did the cross-dressing stand-up? He's like British or European too. What is that stand-up guy's name? That guy is hilarious. He was in like the movie with Minnie Driver. I mean, not the movie. It was a TV show about gypsies with Minnie Driver. And he is hilarious. I've always wanted to watch the original Office, but I've never done it. Loved his show, Extras. Never saw Extras. I have watched The Office in full. Love The Office. And, that's a flag. Never mind. Should definitely watch it. Yeah, what the hell was that guy's name? False start by the Chargers, and they were about to go for it 4th and 9. So now it's going to be 4th and 14. And they'll probably still go for it because they don't have a whole lot of time, and they're down 15 points. Eddie Izzard, yes. Eddie Izzard, hilarious. Probably my favorite European comedian, if that's where he's even from. I'm assuming he's from Europe. But Eddie Izzard is hilarious. I dig him. He's just got like a different, like an interesting approach and delivery to comedy. 4th and 14, Phillip Rivers going for it. Pass, end zone. Over the head of Michael Williams. It'll be changeover on downs. Phillip Rivers is bitching about something. All I know is I don't even care if Keenan Allen don't get any points because he's keeping the Chargers off the field and they're getting no points on the running game. But do you think Bill Burr is a good actor on his new show? What show? I didn't know Bill Burr had a new show. Bill Burr was just in the newest episode of Mandalorian. Spoiler alert, I mean, it's not spoil. You'll see it in the first 5 minutes. But Bill Burr is a big part of the new Mandalorian episode. Episode 6. There's only 2 episodes left. I got the full reactions on Patreon and all the clips on YouTube channel, my channel. So all the episodes up to episode 6 are on YouTube. I figured out the algorithm for them, and I've got it down. I haven't had a problem since episode 3. I also have the full reactions on my Patreon. Bill Burr was a huge part of the most recent episode. And he was actually pretty good in that. But that's because he wasn't doing a whole lot of comedy. He was being an actor. Niners Falcons are still tied 10-10. So probably wouldn't have mattered if who it honestly I had between Eli, Matt Ryan, and Tom Brady for quarterback in this fantasy game. And all of them are underperforming right now. I see you have 5 Patreons now on Patreon. Yeah. I don't know how the Patreon's working, honestly. I at one point I had 8. Then I went back down to 4. Then I went back up to 6. I'm like, could people just like join and unsubscribe and not pay and see all the content and leave? I don't understand what's going on. At one point, Steph, I had 8. And then it dropped to 4. And now it's back up to 5. Like, I don't know. I am very unclear. All I know is, as long as I get $20 a month, that pays for Vimeo. Vimeo or whatever that, Vimeo. It's $20 a month for me to upload and, like, transfer videos and stuff. And as long as I make the $20, which I'm already making, then I'm fine with it. Because I just want to funnel all the money back into Patreon. That was the point of it. So, there's enough people where it's keeping it afloat. David Mitchell. What is David Mitchell? Should definitely watch it. David Mitchell. That must be another comedian. I don't know who David Mitchell is. Saints won 36-29 on Voids Madden 20. Did you ever watch any of the Wire breakdowns on YouTube? Joey Dangerously, I did not watch any of the Wire breakdowns. I was supposed to do a live chat and my camera broke. I waited till I got my Pixel 4 and I never actually did a live stream for the Wire people. I've got to do that at one point. But I held up on breakdowns and stuff because I was going to do that. But is there any worth seeing? Because if there's any breakdowns worth seeing, you could send me a link or something and I will happily watch it. Jacksonville, clock is ticking. It's under 9 minutes. Jacksonville with the ball, 3rd and 8. I don't care. Like I said, I just want Oakland to end this game. Oakland's winning by 10. I don't want Waller to get any more points. Do you think because of the Mandalorian episode of Bill Burr has an acting career coming? Probably not. Honestly, Bill Burr was good, but he wasn't great. It was kind of awkward because he is, in my mind, typecasted now. He has done so much comedy that I cannot see him in any other light. And in The Mandalorian, he's like an assassin, a serious assassin. And I cannot take Bill Burr seriously. Even though he did a good job, I still, every time I saw him, I'm like, that's Bill Burr. Like, it's like you can't get it out of your head. So, honestly, even though he did a good job, I do not think Bill Burr has a great acting career ahead of him. Stick to comedy. He's obviously got his fan base. He's one of the most popular comedians around. If you go with current comedians, not counting people like Dave Chappelle that, like, threw up a stand-up show and stuff like that, 2 of my favorites right now are Sebastian Maniscalco. I think is a great stand-up comedian. And what is the name of the girl? She just came out with a stand-up on... Jenny Slate is really good, too. She just came out with a stand-up on Netflix, but I'm not talking about her. There is a blonde girl, very attractive, who is funny as hell, has 5 or 6 different stand-ups on Netflix, just came out with one in the last month. Her name is, like, Ezra? Not Ezra. It's like something with IZ or something. But she is hilarious. She's one of my favorite comedians out right now. And she's gorgeous. Just got married. She talks about her new stand-up. But her and Sebastian Maniscalco are my 2 favorites. And Sebastian was in The Irishman as Joey Gallo. So that was pretty interesting. If you guys didn't notice, it took me a while. I watched it twice before I realized Joey Gallo is played by Sebastian Maniscalco. It looks like he put on some muscle. He was kind of like, his face looked like he bulked up, but not like fat. Like it looked like he got like built. I think people can unsubscribe whenever they want. They can watch all they want for the time that they're paid for, I would imagine. I'd have to see. I have to see what happens after the first month ends. Because I know for a fact 3 or 4 people joined for a day or 2 and then bailed. So I'm wondering if they joined just to see all the content and then bailed. Mind you, at the time, I didn't have a whole lot anyway. I had 2 Misfits, 2 Barrys, and like 4 Mandalorians. Now I have all the Mandalorians, 2 Barrys, 2 Misfits, Banshee, Star Trek Discovery. I have like at least a dozen full reactions on there now. How do you go from Bill Burr acting career to what it's like after you die in 4 seconds? What do you think happened when you die? Is it dark or is it like you see something? What time will we be live at? 10:30? I'll probably be live like 10:45, 10:50 for Rick and Morty tonight. Gonna do both back to back. I'm gonna text my sister after I stop these streams. I didn't see Rick and Morty last week. Still haven't. I was gonna watch it myself and edit it up and just throw it up on the channel, but I figured they show the episode before the new one. They always show the episode the week before. So I'm going to text my sister and we're going to most likely do them back to back. Unless for some reason she can't. I plan on doing 2 Rick and Mortys tonight back to back. So probably like 10:45, 10:50. And as far as dying, I think there is an afterlife. Otherwise I wouldn't believe in ghosts. If I thought there was nothing, then I wouldn't believe in ghosts. 3rd and 14. Falcons go deep, and it's caught. Is that Diggs? Who is that? Falcons on 3rd and 14. Cousins, I'm pretty sure that's Diggs. Turn around. Yes, Diggs. Like 3rd and 14, Falcons shot like a 50-yarder. They're at the 45, and Diggs caught it at the 10. Damn, man. And Diggs was just bolting. Like they knew it was happening before it even happened. Diggs is wide open. He got it at the 8-yard line. So it was at the 45 of their own side, and he got it at the 8-yard line. You're talking over 50 yards. Falcons are going to score again. That's pretty much it for the Chargers running game. The guy I'm playing against in fantasy might have just lost. Vikings run in for the touchdown. Wait. It is now Boone, 8-yard run, 31-10, extra point pending. Chargers are down 22. They are not going to run the ball anymore. They're going to air it out to Keenan Allen and Mike Williams. The running game is going to be non-existent, and they already were. I'm looking very, very good. I enjoyed the season finale of Misfits Reaction. Steph, I couldn't figure out how to get the reverse Vimeo to Patreon, so I just re-uploaded them. Make it easier for everybody. I just got fed up, and I was like, fine, I'll waste my gigs, and I'll throw it up. I wasn't using them all up some weeks anyway, so I got to chop them up. As soon as I finish chopping up Deadwood and Misfits, now that my mom is done with all the surgeries, everything's good now. She's done. All we got to do is on the 23rd, the day before Christmas Eve, I got to go to have her staples removed. But besides that, she's done with surgeries and everything, and she's doing very, very well. So I should be able to go back to normal life. I mean, granted, the next week is Christmas. Star Wars Rise of Skywalker comes out in 4 days, guys. Star Wars Rise of Skywalker, 4 days away. So between that and Christmas, my brother's visiting, and then New Year's, the next week and a half will be hectic. But my mom is doing good. Once the holidays are over, my work week gets really light, and then I should be banging out content, catching up. I said next week and the week after, I plan on blowing through the entire Season 2 of Barry and starting on Misfits and Deadwood Season 2. Then I'll be getting out all the Patreon stuff like I should be, and hopefully everything will go back to normal. The Cardinals just got a touchdown. So you should not be scared of death if there is something after, but you don't know that for a fact. But I see people that are medically died, but they came back in life and said they saw something. I fear nothing. If I die, I die. No big deal. What the hell? Life is life. I have dealt with so much craziness in my life already at the age of 38. I am afraid of nothing. Do I want to die? No. But I'm not going to waste my time being afraid. I'm one of those people that enjoy every minute. You guys see me. I'm always doing something fun if I can. I mean, granted, I got to take something seriously when accidents happen, like with my mom and stuff. But I just live life one day at a time. I enjoy everything. If I die, I die. But I don't want to die. Rams, fake punt, drop the pass. Dallas picks it up. I am never getting a point on my kicker. I got 1 point on my kicker. This is pathetic. The Rams are the worst. I thought Dallas was the most upsetting team of the year. Rams are getting manhandled by them. Rams are pathetic this year. And the Rams, of all people, are the ones that got the Saints out of the playoffs. Only thing Jay fears is a Saints loss on Sundays. Yes. I wouldn't even say I fear it. It's the only thing that upsets me. But would you mess your family? Don't be scared of something you cannot prevent, right? I don't know what you mean. Great one, kid. I feel like you type so quick that you make a lot of typos. But would you miss your family? Would you miss your family? Of course I'd miss my family. But I can't spend my whole life worrying about dying. It can happen any time. Why waste your time? I think it's weird when people are like hypochondriacs and always afraid of dying. Like, enjoy the time you have. Stop worrying every minute that you're going to die. You just waste your life worrying. Would you want to have a ghost in your house? I'm pretty sure I do, and I'm being serious. I'm very sure that my house is haunted. I've lived here for many a moon, and I've seen and heard things that I cannot explain way too many times, but I bring it on. I tell the ghost. I just thought I saw one. I literally encourage it. I do Ouija boards all the time. I have seances with friends for like jokes, basically for shits and giggles. But I encourage it. I want to be visited because it would make things interesting. It would make life more exciting. Bring it on, ghosts. I've never had sleep paralysis, Ryan, but I do have extremely painful back pain sometimes. Sometimes I wake up and I feel paralyzed. Just simply based off of just work, I guess. Hello. Hello. My sister is home.
Hi.
For the chat, you can answer this question now.
Yes.
Do you want to do a double Rick and Morty tonight because we missed last week?
Oh, I thought you watched it.
I never watched
You
it.
never watched it?
But it's on at 11 and then 11:30. We could do a double.
We can do that.
All right. My sister has confirmed we will be doing a double Rick and Morty tonight at 11. I'll probably jump on like 10:50 so we can set up. But we will do 2 Rick and Mortys back to back because neither of us seen it. I am good, thank you. Have you ever? I'm watching a double header because I have no Saints game, but it's fantasy Super Bowl week.
Do they have a bye week?
Yeah, well they're tomorrow.
Oh.
But I have all the teams are playing in my fantasy, and it's playoff time, and I will win thousands of dollars.
Are you doing good?
I am winning by 30 points right
Yes.
now. But he has Drew Brees as his quarterback tomorrow. So my Drew Brees can literally ruin my fantasy team. Of all people, it literally is going to come down to Drew Brees. On the other team. He's on the other team. So I literally have to root against Drew Brees tomorrow.
Dobby agrees.
Dobby agrees. I had her out before, and she kept jumping here because I was eating peanuts and thought this was her treat bucket thing. Every time I'd open it, she would dive her head in thinking it was treats.
Well, why did you not get her treats?
Because she's I actually threw her like a billion. I kept running in there and throwing her.
She's like a boomerang.
She just comes back.
Yep.
Have you ever had then you will be on that show Haunted on Netflix?
Oh God.
Oh,
the creepy
yes.
face.
Oh my God, yeah, great one, Ken. I was gonna say, you know that show? That's right, the creepy face. We were all talking about the creepy face. The Chargers just got a catch to Hunter Henry and fumbled. Vikings are inside the 10-yard line, about to go up 30 points. So the Chargers just keep screwing up. They're running out of time, and they just keep giving the ball. Thank God my opponent has no one on the Vikings, or I would be in trouble. So it's 2nd and goal, Vikings on the 6-yard line, up the middle, at the 2-yard line. It's going to be 3rd and goal from the 2. You can always tell when she's home, the cat starts screaming. And then there goes the cat. Yep. The cat hides until my sister gets home. Hey, Dobby. Do you guys hear her moaning in the other room? She's in the gym, and my gym is like a very big room that echoes. The cat is in the gym, echoing off of all the walls. Here's the deal now. The Rams are in field goal range, 2nd and 10. But they're not going to kick a field goal because they're down by 20-plus points. 24 points they're down by. So they're not going to kick a field goal. So my kicker basically is barely going to get me a point. Do you like all the Home Alone movies? All of them. Great one, Kid. I have only seen the first 2, and I love them both. I think number 2 is the best. Many people debate me on this, but I think the music is better, the cast is better, the plot is better in 2. Granted, 1 is a very good movie, Home Alone 1, but I feel like it's very boring. It all takes place in his hometown, in his house, where New York is the whole, like, all of New York is in part 2. He's at Central Park, the Plaza Hotel. They show him at the house in the beginning, so you get like a little nostalgia from the first one. The music, so much better Christmas music. They go to FAO Schwartz, even though it's called Duncan's Toy Chest. And everything about it is better, in my opinion. They have everyone return from the original, and they add more. Tim Curry, Rob Schneider, the homeless woman, who I forget who the name of the actress is. Vikings touchdown. 3rd and goal, touchdown. They are now going to be up by 40. It's going to be 40 to 10. 38 to 10, I'm sorry. Did you say your sister is a New Jersey Devils fan? I had Colorado to beat them negative 1.5 and came up the other night. Yes, huge Devils fan, goes to games every year. Go Devils. She has screamed. But yes, I did not see the game. And it came up the other night, so Colorado must have beat them, obviously.
They suck.
And they suck. You're just biased because you live in New York. Has nothing to do with living in New York. I just love the movie better. It could have took place in Disney World, and I would have liked Home Alone 2 better. 4th and 10. The Rams are going for it, even though they're in field goal range. My kicker is going to get no points. 4th and 10. Launches it over the head. No flags. It's going back to the Cowboys. This game is sad and pathetic. There's 20 minutes left in the Cowboys game, and the Rams basically already, admitted defeat. And Donald Trump is in Home Alone 2. Yes, Ryan. I just rewatched it the other day with my mom, and I was like, hey, here comes the Donald Trump part. He's in it for 10 seconds. When they go to the Plaza Hotel, Donald Trump is walking out, and only because Donald Trump owned the Plaza Hotel at the time. I don't think it was called the Plaza. Trump Plaza Hotel. So Donald Trump, back in the 90s, Donald Trump had a deal, and if you use the Plaza Hotel, he would request to have a cameo in the movie. So Donald Trump is in almost every movie that the Plaza Hotel is featured in. Did you know the dad of the little kid at Home Alone died from a heart attack? He had a heart attack in heart surgery? Did you, the father of Kevin McAllister, are you saying? I think his name is Rob Hurd. Are you saying Macaulay Culkin's father in Home Alone died of a heart attack? If Donald Trump, of course, always wants something. He's so greedy. I hate him, of course. He always wants to be in everything. That's his problem. And he has a tween problem. I think you mean a tweet problem. I know he's always on Twitter. Cameron Drake right now has 4 touchdowns for Arizona. Whoever has Cameron Drake in fantasy has got to be the highest scorer. Arizona is winning 35-17 against the Browns. Cameron Drake, 4 TDs, and over 150 yards of scrimmage. He's by far the highest scorer in fantasy. Gotta be. The Raiders game, Waller might sneak out some more points. The Raiders right now, 13-16. They're winning, but they're running clock and rushing the ball. If Waller ends up with a huge catch for a touchdown, it could really push. I haven't seen the score of my fantasy team since I started the stream. So right now, Oakland is winning 16-13, 1st and 10 with the ball. They're running out the clock, though. There's 2 minutes left, 2 minutes, 12 seconds, but Jacksonville is using timeouts. So the Raiders are probably just going to try to run out the time. But if they get backed up and Waller gets a pass, it could hurt me. Would you sell your soul to the devil to be rich? No, because I don't have to. I get rich on my own. I don't need the devil. Ooh, and the Chargers just got the ball back with 8 minutes, down 39-10. They're not running the ball anymore. I don't think I got to worry. The only thing I have to worry is that they just want to run the clock and the Vikings defense lets them slide past. If the Vikings defense backs down, maybe they'll take out their starters and the Chargers could get an easy rushing touchdown. If that happens, I'm going to be so pissed because there's no reason the Chargers should be running the ball or scoring at this point unless the Vikings bench their starters. And here we go. Kyler Murray almost ran in for the touchdown. It's going to be 4th and goal. They'll probably just kick it because they're up 18 points. Why add insult to injury? Dallas is killing the Rams. The Cardinals are killing the Browns. The Vikings are killing the Chargers. Almost every game in the afternoon is a blowout. The only one that means anything right now is the Raiders are beating the Jags by 3 with the ball. That's the only game that has any chance of having some sort of lead change. And now the Cardinals are about to kick a field goal that'll put them up 21. Every game in the afternoon blowout except the Raiders. And there we go. Good field goal. Falcons 38-17. Vikings 39-10. They're all in the 30s. All the teams are in the 30s except the Raiders. Oh, I totally forgot. They just started the 4th quarter of the Falcons-Niners. Niners are winning by 3. Browns are horrible. Would you sub up? I totally forgot about the Niners-Falcons because they started late. The Falcons-Niners was the latest afternoon game. Just started the 4th quarter. The Falcons have the ball, and they're only down by 3. They have no shot at the playoffs, but they could easily upset the Niners. Falcons, oh my lord, easy catch by Julio Jones, dropped. Julio Jones had easy catch there. Here goes the Chargers. 50-yard line, 2nd and 7. Intercepted. On the second play, Phillip Rivers intercepted again. Now it's Vikings ball, 7 minutes, 39-10. Oh my God. Why my opponent would rely on the running game of the Chargers. The second I saw the afternoon games, and I'm like, this guy doubled up on Chargers running backs. Eichler and Gordon in one game. Why would you even put one of them? I mean, granted, they're projected to score high, but I would never put my faith in the Chargers running game. They have sucked all season, and you used both your running backs for the Chargers. Crazy. I am ecstatic, though, because that might have just sealed the deal on my fantasy season, and I may have won this game. Browns are so bad. Where do you think OBJ will go? Honestly, the Niners almost intercepted there, but it's 3rd and 18, so it really didn't matter. I honestly think that OBJ could either go. I mean, honestly, the Saints, besides Michael Thomas, the Saints don't have a whole lot of weapons. I wouldn't mind if OBJ went there. Also, you probably could, I mean, maybe the Patriots. The Patriots lost everybody except Edelman. I mean, they have, like, guys that are, like, doing stuff, but look they picked up Antonio Brown. They picked up Sanu. Like, Sanu's on the team now. I mean, he could go pretty much anywhere. I wouldn't mind OBJ going to the Saints, but I also kind of don't like his attitude on and off the field. So I kind of don't want him on the Saints, but he would be a good addition. I'm trying to think of where he would most likely go, though. I mean, might stay with the Browns. Why? You don't think he'll stay with the Browns? Oakland, just something happened with the Oakland game. I think an older, experienced QB would be good for him. Yeah, totally. That's why I'm thinking, like, even though I'm a Saints fan, I know obviously more about the Saints than any team. I feel like he kind of fit there right now. They don't have a whole lot of studs at wide receiver. You got Breeze, who is like a veteran experience more than you could have in the NFL right now, except maybe Brady. I just kind of don't like OBJ. I mean, I don't hate him, but I also fear, like, he's one of those players that I fear could, like, totally turn the locker room over because of, like, his cockiness. He's not the worst guy, but he's not the best guy. The trainers messed up his injury, and then Baker called out the staff. Oh, that's right. Yeah, I totally forgot. Yeah, I remember now. Yeah, so odds are he probably won't stay there. I don't know. He could pretty much go anywhere, but I feel like because of his status, he won't go to a team that doesn't have playoff possibilities. Like OBJ has enough money where he's probably picking a team based on who has a better chance of getting to the playoffs and getting a ring. Of all the teams that go consistently or that have a shot, the Saints have made it to the playoffs 3 straight years, and both times they were screwed, basically. One was their fault, one was the ref's fault, but both times they had a good shot at making it to the Super Bowl, and this year they do too. So he's going to go where he can get paid well and still have a shot at getting a ring. So it's very possible he could end up in New Orleans. Maybe Raiders, because the Raiders are moving to Vegas and they don't have like a crazy amount of talent. You got David Carr, you got a couple other good guys, but like no one like superstar status. He could go to the Raiders. What better time to move than when they go to Vegas to a $1 billion stadium? And QB sneak. Like, they keep showing the Browns game. They're down 21 points with 4 minutes left. Like, why? I would almost put it to live TV, but the live game is the Rams-Dallas, and that is the biggest blowout of the day. Maybe Seahawks? I don't know. It depends how what happens in the offseason. I feel like the Seahawks have too many wide receivers. They have Lockett. They have Metcalf. Who else? They have another. I'm forgetting somebody. But I feel like the Seahawks already have like a nice roster of wide receivers. They can always use more, but I don't know. What's their money cap like? I feel like the Seahawks don't have a whole lot of money. Like not enough to get OBJ at least. I feel like they wasted a lot of money on D, and they paid a lot to their receivers and I don't know. I'd have to see like how their pay structure is. I mean, that's very possible. I love Russell Wilson. I just don't. I mean, I don't think he'd go there. But I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing it. It'd be interesting. Lockett though, and that's like Russell Wilson's money man. Unless Lockett left, I don't think OBJ would be like second fiddle to Tyler Lockett, and I don't know if he'd want that. Niners, pass complete, first down on 3rd and 6. If they score a touchdown, they'll make it a 2-possession. Read the message. What did I miss? I read your messages. The trainers messed up. I read all your messages, great one, kid. I read the one about Donald Trump and the one about heart attack stuff or whatever. Niners, 1st and 10 on their own 28. There we go. Pass. That was a sweet catch. I can't believe that dude caught that. Still 2nd down, but he got it a couple of yards on that catch. I want to see the end of this drive, and then I'm going to run, get a mixer, and the Raiders are still going. Here, out of the 2-minute warning, Jacksonville has 1 timeout left, down by a field goal, but the Raiders are in field goal range, 2nd and 12. Out of the 2-minute warning, Raiders got 2 timeouts. Jacksonville's got 1. Handoff, run up the middle, gain of about 1.5, 2 maybe. So they're back to where they started. It's going to be 3rd and 10. Raiders ball, but they're in field goal range. A field goal will put them up 6. That still gives the Jags a decent shot at winning the game. Get that lemonade. Thank you for reminding me, Ryan. I totally forgot again. Yes. Are you European and Polish? No, I'm Italian and Irish. Well, I guess European. But I'm not from Europe, and I'm not Polish. My parents were born and raised in New Jersey. I am a New Jersey native. I am Italian and Irish, but no one from the last 3 generations, they were all from America. None of them came from Italy or Ireland. Niners, 3rd and 3, gets the ball off. Almost caught, but there are flags everywhere. What do you think he's worth in a trade for OBJ? I don't know. That's rough to say. Are we talking money or players? They probably have to give. What is he getting in Cleveland? What kind of deal did he get at Cleveland? Like, what kind of pay was he getting? Because obviously, if they're trading players, they'd have to match whatever Cleveland put up. I'm curious to see what Cleveland put up. Niners got backed up. It's 4th and 3, and they're kicking off to the Falcons. So it's going to be Falcons ball, 11 minutes in the 4th quarter, down by a field goal. They have a very good shot at this. How do the Niners put up 48 against the Saints, who are 10 or were 10-2, and they freaking can't beat the Falcons? The Falcons muffed the punt return, and the Niners recovered and got it at the 1-yard line. That might have just sealed the deal on the Falcons game. As I'm saying, the Falcons could easily win this. They literally muffed the punt at like the 5 or the 10, and the Niners recovered and field. Oh my God. If you were married and had kids with a black woman, they'd be African American, European, and Italian. Yes, they would be. That is an interesting comment. Out. All I know is, OBJ is signed till 2023, $16 million. I don't know. I mean, the Saints could probably match that, but would they want to? I'm also thinking, depends on who we got. If Sean Payton keeps coaching and Drew Brees keeps quarterbacking, they might not want his kind of personality in the locker room. If that's the case, then it's not even a question. But if the Saints were going to go for someone like him, they'd have to probably trade like a 1st-round pick, maybe a 2nd or 3rd-round pick included, and fork over the dough. And would they? I don't think so. I just don't feel like, even though I feel like OBJ would be a good addition to the Saints, I don't think the Saints as a team would want him. But someone out there will easily match that. Like you said, the reason he's not fitting on the Browns is because, like, personal issues. Someone out there will match or match what he's getting and pay him. 220, 14 mil, 14 and a half. So he's averaging 14 mil a year. Averaging about 14 mil a year. Someone will probably pay that. I don't know if the Saints will want to. The Raiders missed the field goal again. So now it is a field goal difference. Literally, the Jags have a minute 45, no timeouts, but the Jags have a minute 45 to kick a field goal to tie the game. I am almost hoping they don't. Because if the Raiders go into overtime, that's just more time Waller's on the field. And overtime counts for statistics and fantasy. So I do not want Waller. I just want that game over. The Chargers are pretty much done. I need Waller off the field, game over. Niners just scored the touchdown. So Niners are now up 9 points. And it's going to be 20. I mean, it's going to be 10 when they kick the extra point. So Falcons just shit the bed on that punt return. Would you ever date a guy? No. Nothing against anything like that, but I am not gay. I am straight 100%. His contract is front-loaded. That's good. Yeah, it is. It's a very good contract for OBJ. Don't drop the soap. Do you think you could back up a grip at the club? Do you think you could back up a grip? I don't know what that means. Jacksonville's already running downfield. They're already at midfield. So Jacksonville, because they missed the field goal, they already got great field position. They're at the 50-yard line, 13-16, 1 minute. Pass made. And they have made it past the targeted field goal range. So Fournette just got a gain of 15. They are in field goal range and out of bounds, so the clock stopped. Now they can win the game. They're already in field goal range to tie and go into overtime. They could potentially win the game now with a touchdown. So now I have to sit here and watch because it is exciting. 54 seconds. 1st and 10. Jacksonville's ball on the 38. They're in field goal range, but could they score the touchdown? Catch made. Wide open. 1st down. He is inside the 20 at the 18, 17-yard line in the red zone. Jacksonville first down and out of bounds. Jacksonville is doing perfect football right now, even though they have no shot at even being in the hunt for a playoff spot. And the Raiders might mathematically be out already, but I feel like the Raiders, I'm pretty sure the Raiders are mathematically out. So neither of these teams have a shot. But right now, the Jaguars could upset them after the Raiders were leading the entire game. Minshew throws it up out of the back of the end zone, flags all over. Who was that against? Is that intentional grounding or something? What was that? Oh my God, roughing the passer. And it was. Oh my God. He did helmet to helmet and then after ripped his helmet off on the backswing. What a shithead. Deion Jordan. He literally helmet to helmet the quarterback after the throw and then ripped his helmet off, taking him to the ground. That was a definite, that guy will probably get fined. I was going to say, he just said this could be fantasy implications. It could be. If Jacksonville doesn't score and that's a field goal, I could lose to Waller. Oh my God. Fournette catches, literally ducked a guy hurdling him and got about 4 yards. It'll be 2nd and goal from about the 4-yard line. Let's see. Totally missed the tackle. Where did he get stopped? He's at the 4-yard line. Maybe the 3. He might be at the 3. 2nd and goal at the 3-yard line. 37 seconds. In every play, they're getting out of bounds, so the clock keeps stopping. The only thing now is the Raiders have a timeout and are going to have clock left. It's all about fantasy nowadays. It is. Everything's about gambling and betting, and fantasy is the biggest way to do it. Incomplete pass, broken up, almost intercepted by Raiders. 3rd and goal. I think it says 34 seconds. It's double box, so I can't read. Actually, that's not possible because the neurologist at the University of Yale said nobody's 100%. I am straight, homie. It's all about fantasy nowadays. Whatever you want to say, great one, kid. Even if it's never 100%, it'll never happen in my case. I have many gay friends. Many who have hit on me. Nothing ever goes down. I am a straight man. 3rd and goal, 34 seconds. This is it. Jacksonville's got to convert or they're going to have to kick the field goal to tie it. Catch made, touchdown, Jags. Catch made, touchdown, Jags. Now with the extra point, the Oakland Raiders have to get a touchdown. This could hurt me now. Because if Waller goes deep and gets some crazy 80-yard pass, it could ruin my entire fantasy season. The last thing I wanted was the Jaguars to make a comeback in the last 30 seconds. Granted, the Raiders only have 30 seconds and 1 timeout. But all it takes is 1 deep pass to Waller, and it can literally ruin my entire fantasy season. The Chargers are done. Everything's done. This is all resting on Waller. Even with the guy having Breeze tomorrow night, I think I have such a lead that it doesn't even matter. But if Waller gets some crazy pass, I might lose. Falcons have the ball, down 9. With 8 minutes, though. Falcons got the ball, 1st and 10 at the 35. Will the Falcons be able to... They might not have enough clock. Up. Offsides defense. So the Falcons are going to get 5 yards. Do you know what if you're drunk enough? Never. I have been blackout and never done anything. Do you know about the NBA ref in mid-2000s, Tim Dungy, who point shaved for the mob? Wait, NBA. Oh, I'm thinking of Tony Dungy. It's Tim. Yeah, I do remember that. I totally remember that. Yeah, when he was point shaving. Totally remember that. How many points are you ahead by? I am going to watch this kick to the Raiders and then go check because I have literally not looked since the first quarter of these games. I could be down right now for all I know. Because all I had in was Keenan Allen and Zerline on the Rams as my kicker. Zerline got 1 point because they're down 7 to friggin' 40 points. So all I know is I have gotten hardly any points. All right, here comes Derek Carr. How many? All right, I'm just going to watch the end of this game. Derek Carr has 30 seconds. I do not want to miss something epic. Ryan, I know of the league. It would always come on when I watch Always Sunny. I was a huge fan of Always Sunny. I still am. On FX. I got to catch up on that too. I'm like, I missed the last 3 episodes because that's right when my mom got hurt. But I have to catch up on Always Sunny. That's another show I've neglected. Raiders, 27 seconds, 1st and 10, 1 timeout. Carr deep, almost sacked, breaks free. Oh my God, they're all going deep. He's going to bomb this. Out of bounds. And it was to Waller. He passed it to Waller, but it was out of bounds. He wasted half the clock. He ran around for 12 seconds and got nothing. So it's going to be 18 seconds, still have a timeout, 2nd and 10 Raiders. And yeah, Ryan, I never saw the league. Looked really funny. I enjoyed all the actors in the league. I just never, ever watched it. Which is surprising because I'm a monster football fan. I'm surprised I never watched it. How long did it run for? I feel like it went for at least 4 seasons. Here we go. 18 seconds. Raiders ball. 2nd and 10. Oh, almost sacked again. My God. And that was Waller again. Oh, and they got the flag. But Waller, I don't mind the flag. Waller got the flag, but you get no stats. If it's pass interference, the receiver gets no points. So it was like a 40-yard pass to Waller, but he gets no yardage. Thank the Lord. It literally was like a 40-yard pass to Waller, and it was clear pass interference, but they get no points. Now it is 13 seconds. The Raiders have to get a touchdown. I think they're at the 50-yard line. They're at I can't see because they didn't show. Yeah, they're exactly at the 50-yard line, exactly midfield. 13 seconds left though, so he needs a lot of time. Pass middle field. Waller again for 10 yards. Waller just got another point or two. This is what I did not want. Every target's going to Waller, and he's racking up points quick. That right there just got him another 2 or 3 points for Waller. There's only 8 seconds, though, and it has to be end zone. They have a timeout, but I don't think there's enough time to do 2 end zone passes. Cowboys just kicked another field goal. They're winning 7-37. Rams should have kicked the field goal, but they're just dying now. See, the league came out, even though the league was fantasy football, I feel like that came out before people were as hyped for fantasy football. Fantasy football wasn't really a huge deal when the league was around, at least from what I remember. It was just getting big. Here we go. 9 seconds. Raiders ball. And he launches it end zone. It batted it down. But there's 2 seconds left. No flags. The ball was batted down. But there is 2 seconds left. And he had a great arm. It was literally right in the end zone. Everybody was around. Waller had a shot at it. This will be if Waller gets this, it'll be a 50-yard touchdown. That is 5 points for the yardage, 1 point each, 10 yards. 5 points for the yardage, 6 points for the touchdown, 6 points for a touchdown, 50 yards plus. And they're right at the 50-yard line. So he'll get a 6-point bonus because, oh wait, no, that's right. Waller went to the 40, so they won't get that bonus. But it'll be at least 11 points if Waller gets this touchdown. The clock's expired. It's just a matter of who gets this ball. It is in the end zone. Batted down. Out of bounds. Game over. So Waller got another point or two, but it didn't get to a touchdown. Raiders lose the game. The last game in Raider Stadium, they lose. Last game ever in Raider Stadium. I don't know if you guys knew that, but this is the last game. They're moving to Vegas next year, and this is the last home game. And the Raiders are not making the playoffs. So that was it, guys. Raiders, last ever game, lose it to a touchdown in the last 30 seconds, and then had 2 shots at the end zone, and both balls were batted down. Whew. That was actually scary, because you're talking one lucky pass caught by Waller, and it would have maybe cost me my fantasy season. I'm going to go check real quick. The Niners Falcons are the only game that's possibly going to be upset right now. I want to see what my score is. Actually, no, I can do it right here. What am I talking about? I'm just going to pop it up real quick. Let's see. I haven't looked, guys, but all I know is the Chargers rushing game did nothing. So, and he was relying on the Chargers rushing game. Let us see. I don't know if that's updated. I'm going to update it just in case. Here we go. The updated score. 130 to 110. I'm up 20 points. So he had 4 guys into my 2, and all he did was gain 10 points on me. I was up 30 at the beginning. I will happily take that because he had 2 starting running backs, a receiver, and somebody else. 2 starting running backs, the receiver, and somebody else. He had 4 people in. All I know is he only gained 10 points on me with twice the players. So right now it's 130 to 110, and most of the games are over. The Chargers game's over. Melvin Gordon scored 7. Eichler ended up ending with 13, so Eichler actually did something. But it's still underproduction. Gordon was the starter, was supposed to get 20 points, got 7. Galladay on the Lions, supposed to get 15, got 7. So everyone besides Christian McCaffrey underperformed on his team. All he's got left is the Steelers defense and Drew Brees tomorrow night. And I'm up 20. And I still have Michael Thomas tomorrow night. So unless the Steelers defense could kill me. The Steelers defense could actually kill me. I'm not worried about Drew Brees because all of Drew Brees' main targets are going to be to Michael Thomas. And I have Michael Thomas. So anything Brees throws to Michael Thomas doubles my points because you get more points for wide receivers than you do quarterbacks. So if Brees lights it up and keeps bombing touchdowns to Michael Thomas, I have a nice cushion. So right now I'm up 20 points. I got to worry about the Steelers tonight. If the Steelers D does good, that could literally make this a neck-and-neck game. But I couldn't have hoped for a worse performance out of the rushing team by the Chargers. Between Melvin Gordon and Eichler together were supposed to get about 40 points, and together they got 20. So they got half the projected points. I'll take it. All I know is the Rams are 4th and 3 in easy field goal range, down 30. Can they please just kick a field goal and put some points up for me? Or are they going to keep going for touchdowns and getting nothing? They're losing by 30 points. Get a field goal. Put some points on the board. And the Falcons scored a touchdown. I don't know who did it or when it happened. Ooh, and the Niners missed a field goal. So the Falcons scored a touchdown. The Niners missed a field goal. It's a 2-point game, and it's Falcons ball. The Niners are kicking to the Falcons. Is it? I'm confused now. No, it's okay. They were showing an old kick. So the Falcons just scored a touchdown, 17-19, 5 minutes. It's Niners ball. Pass short, gain of 4, clock ticking. Oh, I forgot to go back to the chat. All of our players are done. Everybody in the afternoon for fantasy on me and my opponent's team are done except Zerline. I have the kicker on the Rams. But they have not let him kick a field goal because they're down by 30. They keep going for it on 4th down. I would have already had 2, maybe 3 field goals by Zerline, but the Rams keep going for it on 4th down. I'm just curious at this point to see. I'm going to wait it out to the end of the Falcons game because I want to see if the Falcons actually upset the Niners. First down, Niners. Mostert got 6 yards. Would you? Let me go. Oh, it scrolled down. It had 7 seasons of the league? Holy crap, I did not know that. Was it like Always Sunny where there's only like short seasons, like 8, 10 episode seasons? And Goff went for it on 4th down and they got the first. I'm lucky if I end up with an extra point. Or they'll probably go for 2 and I will get nothing. Zerline has been such a clutch kicker, and I got 1 point out of him all game. Jollywood 92502 Gaming. Sorry, Saints fan, I want the Falcons to win. I do too. I'm hoping the Falcons win. I want the Niners to lose. After killing my Saints last week, I'm only watching it for the Falcons to win. I don't care the Falcons are in my division. They can't get in the playoffs, and the Saints already clinched. I am rooting for the Falcons right now because I want revenge, and I want the Niners to have the same record. So, Jollywood, I am on board with you. Are you watching the Steelers game? 13 a season. 13 episodes a season for the league. I will probably, I don't know. See, I need to eat. I probably will. I don't know. We'll see. Because I got to do Rick and Morty at 10:45, which means I won't be able to finish the Steelers game. And I also got to set up. So I probably won't do the Steelers game just because I got to set up Rick and Morty and stuff. But, at least I got a 20-point lead. But the Steelers defense, he's got Steelers defense, Drew Brees. I have Michael Thomas, and I'm up 20 points. What do you guys think? Those of you that are football, like people like me that know a lot about it, who do you think is going to win? I'm up 20 points exactly. He's got Breeze and the Steelers D left. I have Michael Thomas on New Orleans. I think that having Michael Thomas is huge because Breeze is projected to get 20. Michael Thomas is projected to get 25 because wide receivers get more points than quarterbacks. And the Steelers D is projected to get 6. So if you do the math, he's projected to get 26 more points. I'm projected to get 25 more points total. And I already have a 20-point lead. So right now, I am favored by 18 points total. But if Breeze passes to everyone else except Michael Thomas, it could upset the whole thing. So I definitely have a shot at losing. But I think I'm sitting very well with Michael Thomas against Drew Brees. And I'll know tonight because the Steelers defense plays tonight. So if the Steelers defense plays like shit, you could even lose points. I don't know if you guys are familiar with fantasy, but a lot of times defenses lose you points. I got lucky, and Tampa Bay got me 17 today. They had so many turnovers, and they returned an interception for a touchdown. So I got very lucky on defense. Tampa Bay put up 17 points for me on D. But the Steelers haven't been great. They can lose points. All I know is as long as they don't gain more than like 10, I still feel comfortable. If I go into tomorrow's game up 10 points, I'm up 20 right now. If I go in up 10, I still feel very comfortable. And the Steelers, that means the Steelers could put up 10. And I don't even think the Steelers will put up 10 tonight on defense. So, very iffy. I'll come in chat for the first Rick and Morty episode. Well, you've told me some things about fantasy today, so I'm basically an expert. I'll say he will win. Where are those pencil bag? Where are those pencil bag? What does that mean? Cardinals just scored another touchdown. If it was Drake again, that would be insanity. And if anyone in fantasy has Cameron Drake, that is he literally, I think, has 5 touchdowns on the day. The Rams scored the touchdown and went for 2 points. I literally can't even get an extra point. The Rams just fucked me every which way. I don't get field goals, and I don't even get extra points. So basically, it's the 2-minute warning. The only game left that matters is the Niners, and it really doesn't even matter. It's not like it. It matters for position of first seed with the Saints. That's why I want the Niners to lose. Saints could still get first seed if the Niners have a worse record. So I need the Niners to lose. That's why I'm watching. I hope, Ryan, that it is a Super Bowl. Saints, Patriots usually never play except possibly in the Super Bowl. I would love a Saints-Patriots Super Bowl. But honestly, I would have rathered it any other year because I feel like I want the Patriots on their best A game. And I feel like the Patriots have been playing really sloppy. Even though they won today, they're playing very sloppy. And I want them on their A game. So I'll take a Brady Breeze Super Bowl any day. But I wish it was on their A game. Hope Beaverson. That's also why I'm watching. Welcome, my friend. You're new to the chat. I'm a Saints fan. Let's go. Who dat? I always do cheers to new fans of the Saints that join the chat. Even though I'm leaving in 2 minutes, I had this waiting. I don't even have a chaser. I don't even have a water anymore. But here, this will probably be the last shot I do because there's no other reason I would. So here's to Hope Beaverson. Subscribe and like if you want. I do it every week. I watch the Saints. Tomorrow night, I'm live streaming it at the arcade that I run. So there'll be me working while I react to the Saints. It should be entertaining because I'll probably freak out while I'm cooking and dealing with customers. Kamuka Aloha. Kamuka Aloha. Hell yeah. Cheers. Just subbed. Shots. This is for Hope Beaverson. But Kamuka Aloha. Welcome. If you want, I just said the same thing. I'm going to sign off after the Niners game. But I'm hoping the Falcons win because I want the Niners to be defeated by them. And I watch the Saints tomorrow live at work. I run an arcade. I'll be watching it live at work. You can watch me cook food, deal with arcade patrons, and freak out on the Saints game. Should be a good game. Colts doing pretty good. So I'm going to do this shot. Kamuka Aloha. If I'm saying that right, the shot is for you too, if you're a Saints fan. If not, it's for Hope Everson alone. But feel free to like and subscribe, guys. Here you go. Whew. In case you're new, I do shots of Wild Turkey 101. It was chilled at the beginning of the day, but I'm now 6 hours in. It's piss warm, and I totally ran out of chasers. Ooh-wee. When it's piss warm, you literally feel it drip down your throat into your belly. You are going to see Jay tomorrow with his little chef hat. I don't wear a hat, but I wear sleeveless cut-off shirts, but they're work shirts. But I wear sleeveless shirts because I am running around like crazy, and it's hot in there because I'm behind a 400-degree grill. We literally have a grill, and I cook the entire time I cook. I fix games if they break, and I give change if it's needed. But for the most part, I cook most of the time. I'm behind a 400-degree grill, so I wear a cut-off shirt, and I am burning my ass off most of the day. Do you have a Pokemon lamp? One-Eyed Willie. One of my favorite movies, The Goonies. I know I've seen you in a chat or on a comment before. And yes, I have a Pokemon lamp in my bedroom. I'm in my living room watching the Saints. Watching football on live television. I have a nicer setup in my living room. So I'm streaming in here. But yes, in my bedroom I do. And that is how I know you know me, One-Eyed Willie. One-Eyed Willie, thank you. Chester Copperpot. Chef. Rack. Oh my God, we're getting all these new people. What's the score? The Niners are winning 19-17 with the ball. Dallas is killing the Rams 37-7. It doesn't even matter. Now, oh wait, my bad. The Niners kicked the field goal. 17-22, and the Niners are kicking it to the Falcons. 2 minutes left. Falcons have a timeout. So the Falcons need a touchdown to win. The punt return got to the 30. No fumble, no flags. The Falcons will start from the 30-yard line down 5 points. 1 minute, 40 seconds, one timeout left. Go Falcons. I am Go Falcons today, One-Eyed Willie. I want the Falcons to beat the Niners, make the Saints have an easier shot at those 1 seed. I don't like you. Hello, Derek. Thank you for not liking me. I don't know if you're joking or not, but that is not nice. The Derek. I apologize. The Derek. End of what? Did anyone just pour in here at the... I don't know. I guess all the games are ending? Yeah, like all these new people poured in. I don't mind at all. It's the more the merrier. I like how... Do I know Derek? See, sometimes my friends jump in and say negative things for fun. I like how the Derek just said, I don't like you. I've never seen the Derek in a comment. So, I'll give him the benefit of the doubt right now. How the hell are you, Derek? Did everyone just pour in? Are you in Louisiana? No, I'm in Jersey. Born and raised, I like the Saints because of stories I've told many times. But I want to finish the game before I get into storytelling. But I have been a Saints fan since the 90s. I have jerseys to prove it. One of my original Reggie Bush, This was from Katrina. I have the patch, the Louisiana ironed-on stitch patch. This was the year after Katrina. This was when Mark Ingram joined the team as a rookie Heisman winner. He doesn't have the same number now. He changed his number halfway through. I have dozens of Saints jerseys. Been a fan for over 20 years. I'm from Jersey. One-Eyed Willie. Where from? Have we talked about this before? Because there's a lot of other Saints fans that are from Jersey that I talked to in the chat, but I don't think one of them was you. As much as we hate the Falcons, but I hope we win. Morristown, you are extremely close. I go there all the time. Grasshopper, Sona. I used to be in Morristown a fair amount. My cousin lives there. I am in, like, near Bridgewater. There we go. Falcons catch. Julio Jones breaks a tackle all the way to the 24-yard line. They have over a minute with one timeout, and they're almost in the red zone. Falcons have a very good shot. Matt Ryan probably at this point might have been a better choice than Tom Brady for fantasy. If he scores, definitely. Matt Ryan gets loose, literally ran it for about 8 yards, but they got to have to take a timeout. I was going to say, they have 34 seconds. Timeout, almost a first down. They're in the red zone. I'm from Wisconsin, but I'm a Saints fan. I don't know if I'm saying this. I don't want to butcher your name, but Rakowski? Is that Rakowski? I'm very bad with pronunciation. I did. You block all cursing because I'm going to fight you up with cursing. What? I did. You block all cursing because I'm going to fight you up with cursing. Who is this guy? I don't know. Odds are it's someone I know. Because I don't know. I don't know why someone would just come into the chat and start saying stuff like that unless I knew them. So who knows? Dallas just scored another touchdown. I don't know who it was, but they're 43-15 right now. It's totally insane. Derek, just leave. Fight him from Jersey. What up? I'm your friend. What up? I'm your friend, Jay. I'm assuming I know you because most people wouldn't just come into the chat. I have friends that joke around all the time, so God knows who you might be. But welcome, Derek. Oh, my God. 2nd and 1. Right in. Who was that? It was in the end zone on the hands of the receiver, and he dropped it. There was great coverage, though. They got their hands in there. F off, Jay. Dallas is whack. Rakowski. F off, Jay. Now everyone's... I don't know. I must know a lot of these people that jumped in at the end. Because they're acting... No one's done anything like this all game, and I've been on for 6 hours, and then right at the end, people are sassing off in the chat. 3rd and 1, 29 seconds. Falcons ball. They're obviously going to go for it on 4th. Catch made. 1st down at the 5. There are no timeouts left. They're going to have to spike the ball. It's 1st down. He's got to rush and get there. 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11. They go for the play. Oh, my God. They wasted so much clock. They wasted 20 seconds there, and they didn't spike it. He went for a play. They have 8 seconds now. Falcons have 8 seconds on the 5-yard line. They're on the 5-yard line. They need a touchdown to win. They can upset the Niners. I don't know what the spread was. If anybody in the chat could tell me, what was the spread on the Niners game? Because I can't imagine it was low. The Niners had to be favored by at least 8 or 9 points against the Falcons. Now the Niners take a timeout. My guess is the Niners were favored by at least 9, maybe even double digits. You're talking a Niners team that's 11-2 and beat the Saints last week versus a 4-9 Falcons team that's going nowhere fast. Had to be a crazy spread. I mean, put it this way. The Niners aren't covering. If anything, the Falcons could just upset them. Why did you block cursing? Because I was going to curse you up on here. You're lucky that you block cursing. I have a bot. Is it good, guys?
That's a lot of nuts!
I had to reset my phone. Do you hear me now? Do you hear me?
That's a lot of nuts!
Do you hear me? Let me know if you hear me. Great one, kid. Do you hear me? Do you? It's all good now? Okay. The Falcons, I'm just going to talk to you like this because I don't want to sit down. The Falcons, they said that they challenged the catch because it's automatically reviewed. They said the ball hit the ground, which it might have, the nose of the ball might have touched, which it had to have because they reversed the call. Then the Falcons go for it on third down. Julio Jones caught it on the 1-inch line. I'm watching it right now. Julio Jones caught it on the 1-inch line, got whacked in the feet, and fell literally an inch from the goal. Oh no! They're saying they review. Runner broke the plane. Falcons win. No time on the clock. 0 on the clock. The Falcons win the game. Julio Jones' touchdown is good by 1 inch. They said he was an inch short. Julio Jones just caught the ball at the literally at the goal line. There's 2 seconds. They're putting 2 seconds on the clock though. I'm gonna go back to sitting down. I don't know what happened with the feed. Well, it's not the end of the game, guys. There's 2 seconds. The Niners could potentially run it back, get a penalty, and kick a field goal, but that's never going to happen. I cannot believe that. I don't know why it stopped doing sound. All I know is the Falcons, they reversed the touchdown by Hooper. It did look like the nose of the ball did scrape the end zone, so they reversed it. Then on the next play, Julio Jones got the touchdown, but they said no touchdown, game over. Booth reviewed it. It was clear as day Julio Jones broke the plane. Touchdown. They go for the 2-point conversion. They make the 2-point conversion. Wait, 6? No, 15. Yeah, they made the 2-point conversion. Wait, no, 17-3. No, okay. They missed the 2-point conversion, but they didn't need it. So they're up 1 point. 2 seconds left. I'm sorry, I was so busy fixing the phone, I had to remember what was going on. I heard there's a lot of nuts. I heard big loss for the night. I really hate you. I don't like you. You cannot keep me from cursing. The Falcons are going, there's 2 seconds left. So unless the Niners run this for a touchdown, game over. That was a really ridiculous ending. Hooper, touchdown. Reversed the call on a challenge, or not a challenge, it's booth review. Then Julio Jones, touchdown. The officials said no good, time expired, end of the game. Booth review, Julio Jones, touchdown good. 2-point conversion missed, which would have put them up a field goal, but it don't matter. Because now the Niners have to do like this whole pass shuffle dance. Ball thrown out of bounds. The Falcons got a touchdown. The Falcons literally recovered the ball and got a touchdown. So the Falcons just scored twice in 5 seconds. The end score is going to read 29-22. The Falcons just scored 2 touchdowns in 5 seconds. All I know is that really probably fucked up people's betting, because I think the over-under on this game was probably around 50 points. That last touchdown just probably made or break the over-under. And it was literally, the Niners were doing that whole pitch back to everybody, trying to get around the defenders. The Falcons literally just scored 2 touchdowns in 5 seconds. Like, I don't know why the audio cut off. I have a brand new phone, fully charged. It's plugged in, getting charged further because it's at like 80%. I'm like trying to back myself up for later. I don't know why the audio cut out, but literally insanity. I just can't believe all that happened. And like you said, nothing cool is happening for like an hour, and then everything goes down when I lose sound. Oh my God. All I know is Falcons pull off the win, score 2 touchdowns in 5 seconds, upset the Niners. Now the Niners have the same record as the Saints. Hopefully the Saints got to win tomorrow. I'm assuming the Saints are going to win tomorrow, but Saints got to win tomorrow. Rams game, and the Rams scored another touchdown and didn't elect to go for the extra point again. So Zerline, one of the best kickers in the NFL, got me 1 point for fantasy football. The worst performance of the entire season for Zerline on my Super Bowl freaking week. There you go, Derek. You got one in. Oh my God. Oh my God. I cannot believe I'm turning the red zone off now because everything else is meaningless. I think there's a little time left in one of the games or something, or maybe they're all over. All I know is nothing else matters. All the fantasy players are done for the afternoon, and the only game I cared about was the Niners game, and they lost beautifully. Sorry if you're a Niners fan, nothing against the Niners. It's all about the Saints getting the first seed. And that was quite well. What's going on over here? There's some weird, creepy commercial. All I know is everything went my way today. I'm up 20 points in fantasy. The Saints play tomorrow, and the Niners lost. That's all I really cared about. So, now is the chat broke? Because now no one's saying anything. I'm just wondering if the chat's broke. Now you just turned off. I had to turn off to restart. Don't ask me why my phone stopped doing audio, but I literally restarted my phone. Luckily, I found out that if I restart my phone, it does not end the stream. It'll allow me to resume the stream, I think up to like 20 minutes. So if I ever run out of battery power or anything happens like the audio goes out like it just did, I have about 20 minutes to plug it in, get an extension cord, correct it, get a power bank or whatever I have to do, and then I'm back in business.
That's a lot of nuts.
What the fuck? I see a damn Saints fan. Sean Bullard. I was rooting for the Falcons, my friend. This was all about rooting for the Falcons so I could have the Niners lose. So whether or not you're a Saints fan, I was a Falcons fan today. I don't know what you are, Sean Bullard. I've never seen you in the chat before. So welcome. The Derek. I'm really curious who the Derek is. I definitely must know him. It's probably someone from the arcade that's being very inconspicuous. All I know is I feel like I hit mute. Why is there no volume on any of these stations? Yes, your boyfriend, baby. Now it's got to be one of my friends. Because this is, I mean, maybe that's how people joke, but this is how my friends joke. All I know is we have the most people in the chat right now after all the football games ended. Great one kid knows him. Yeah, it's like this is the most people we've had. Well, not the most, but it's the highest we've had in a while, in like the last hour. Now they're just showing all the highlights of the day. I don't know him, Ryan. Don't put no my name. But to words in my name, I'm assuming you mean words. Somehow it came out no now. Ugh. All right, guys. Well, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go eat dinner. All I ate was I shoved a steak. I inhaled a steak my father made earlier in between the day games and the afternoon games. I am going to eat dinner. Maybe I'll televise some of the Steelers game. What I'll probably do is come on early. Here's what I'll do. Around 10 o'clock, I'll jump on for the second half of the Steelers game. And then I'm going to go right into Rick and Morty with my sister. So if you guys want to see some of the Steelers game, I'll be on later. If you want to see Rick and Morty, we're going to do a double header. It's going to be last week's episode followed by this week's episode starting at 11 o'clock. The last week's episode airs at 11. The new episode airs at 11:30. So I'll probably watch some of the Steelers on the live stream, just getting ready for Rick and Morty, and then Rick and Morty. So if you guys want, do that. I'm going to end this now because I've been on since 1 o'clock, give or take the hour in between that I lost service. So I'll probably jump in at some time. I will be there, Daddy. How is these guys? All right, guys. Well, maybe I'll find out who the Derek is in my downtime. But Steph, if you're still here. Rakowski, I think that's your name if you're still here. The Derek. Ryan, great one, kid. Sean Bullard. I think that's all of them. I will see you guys tonight or on the next week's stream for the Saints game or tomorrow night for the Saints game. I won't be able to talk much in the chat tomorrow. You're basically going to watch me in action at work while I freak out on the Saints if they're losing. So there won't be a whole lot of chat between us, but you will see how I interact with people at work, and it might be a funny, good time for you all. I don't screw around at work. I joke with everybody. It isn't like a serious time where I'm like composed. I act wackier and goofier than I do on the streams. So that mixed with a Saints reaction should be pretty entertaining. So you guys want to see that? Let me know. If not, I'll see you next week or tonight. So take care. Saints fan, reactions out. Peace.